afternoon from LaBarge Stadium at Orange Coast College. This is the Rustler Game of the Week. I'm Rob Frecker alongside John McNichols. And John, it's our annual favorite game, the Bell Game, the rivalry between the sister colleges of Orange Coast and Golden West. What can we expect from tonight's contest?
Well, the one thing we can expect is the unexpected. These two teams enter this contest with different records. Orange Coast is 2-0 against competition that we would like to be playing. We're 0-2 against two of the stronger teams in the state. But those kind of things don't mean very much on a night like tonight. The Bell Game brings out the best on both squads. We've seen that the last several years. I think we're in for a close contest, probably one at the very end like it's been the last 3 or 4 years.
John, last week against Mount Sac, it was a tough competition, as you said, but in the end, Golden West made it respectable. It was a close loss, and we talked about it during the last game. They may have achieved what we call a moral victory. How do you think they're going to be able to respond to something like that?
Well, I've never been a fan of moral victories, but I would have to agree with you, especially the center part of the game, second and third quarters. The Rustlers played very well, got a little tired in the fourth quarter, took a few chances to try to get back in a fairly close game, and the score, I think, was not really indicative of how well the boys played.
All right. It was a close contest, and they're facing a tough competition at the annual rivalry today.
Well, yes, Orange Coast has shown the ability to run the ball extremely well. They have not thrown the ball very well. If we can hold them down at the line of scrimmage, there's a good opportunity. I had a chance to talk to head coach Nick Mitchell this week, and we discussed his preparation for the game. Here's that interview. Coach, the Bell Game against Orange Coast, how do things look for this week?
I think they look pretty good, John. You know, we're a little beat up right now still. Last week we did not have two of our better players, Bryce Blake, our wide receiver, and Sean Gordon, our defensive end. Both of them are still questionable right now, so we'll see how it goes. We are a little bit beat up after Mount Sac, but I think we're coming into our own. Offense had a good week of practice. Defense had a good week of practice. So I think we're ready to play.
How's that freshman line coming along? I thought last week in the second and third quarters they seemed to get a pretty good handle on things. Fourth quarter when things got tough, they became young again. How do they look now?
It's a work in progress, but you know, we're getting better each week. And you know, they had two very tough foes that they faced the first 2 weeks. The defensive line of Saddleback, where they're slanting all over the place, and more of an even front where they're coming right at you with Mount Sac. Both of them were loaded with talent up front. And Orange Coast is good, just not quite to the level of Mount Sac and Saddleback that I'd say. So I like our chances, but they're still young. They will make mistakes, but they'll play hard and they'll get after it on Saturday.
Well, and you probably won't face very many teams that are more talented than your opening games. Not that Orange Coast isn't going to be talented, but Mount Sac and Saddleback are traditionally pretty strong. Let's see how things work out this week in getting ready for the conference, which begins the following week.
Right.
How about defensively? How's the team look on defense this week?
Well, Sean Gordon, one of our starting defensive end, you know, he's going to be a game time decision. We hope to have him back. But other than that, everybody's healthy, and everybody should be good to go. Got to get ready to stop the run. Orange Coast, their running back, Holly, he's averaging close to 200 yards a game rushing. So it's going to be a task, but we'll be up for it. I think that we're playing pretty good defense right now. I think we played pretty good defense against two good opponents. So we'll continue to get better. It's always a work in progress, but by the third week we should be a little bit better than we were the first 2 weeks.
Well, and we're playing for the Bell. And a lot of people think that perpetual trophies have kind of lived their life. But I'll tell you, at the end of that ball game on Saturday, the winner is going to be ringing that bell. We've seen that the last 4 years. I hope this year it's the Rustlers. Good luck to you. We'll be there, and we'll talk to you before and after the contest.
Thanks, John.
Thanks,
appreciate
Coach.
it.
All right, John, one of the things that Nick stressed was stopping the run, and that's going to be a big task for the Rustlers tonight. Number 22, Ray Hawley for Orange Coast. He's averaging almost 200 rush yards a game. As a team, they're putting just over 400 yards in the season on the ground. What are the Rustlers going to do to stop him tonight?
Well, defense has been our forte. We knew that at the beginning of the season. Their passing game should not give us that many problems. You put 8 people in the box to try to slow down the run, probably won't stop it completely. If we can maintain the run against Orange Coast like we have against 2 really strong opponents, whether they average about 180 yards on the ground against us, if we can keep Orange Coast in that ballpark, it becomes a very interesting contest.
Conversely, however, Orange Coast has held their opponents to negative 44 yards rushing on the season. That's going to be a big mountain to climb.
Oh, yes, and the team we played last week, Mount Sac, came in with a similar record. We did run the ball fairly well against them, but we have to be able to run the ball against Orange Coast. The passing game will probably be okay. If we can run it effectively, it should be a very interesting contest.
All right. We had our very own Nick Schreiber had a chance to sit down with Tommy Hodgson. We'll take a look at that interview right now.
I'm here with number 16 for Golden West, Tommy Cogburn, one of the utility players. Tommy, as a utility player, how do you prepare for all the different positions you're going to play in a game?
Well, there's a lot of practice that goes into it. I have to do a lot more, so I'm a lot tired after practice than everybody else. I have to go to offense, I have to go to defense, I have to go to special teams. Really don't get a break, so it's a lot of hard days.
Is there a position that you prefer to play?
I like playing corner. Corner is really more natural to me, but they tell me to play receiver, do kick return, I'll do anything.
You guys are coming into the Orange Coast game, the Bell game, 0-2. Orange Coast is 2-0. How does that play into the game?
Well, we played a lot. We played some good opponents. We played Mount Sac, and then we played Saddleback. We're 2 tough teams, and OCC is a great team too. So, I mean, we just hope that experience for those 2 games will help us further along the season, and I think it'll be a great game. We play OCC.
I knew you weren't on the Golden West squad last year. The Bell game was a rather close game.
Right.
Golden West had the lead in the 4th quarter. Unfortunately, they weren't able to hang on to that
Right.
lead. How's the excitement in the locker room coming up to the Bell game?
Oh, it's different. It's a really different feeling because it's a rivalry game, and so everyone's pumped up, everyone's ready to go, and hopefully we come out with a win.
And what do you think it's going to take to get that first victory on the board to bring that Bell back to Golden West?
Oh man, we have to practice hard. Well, we've been practicing hard all week because it's been extra this rivalry, so it just has to do extra practice and just a lot of oh man, I messed up.
Keep going.
Let's see, just a lot of assignment football and stop the running back number 22.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Orange Coast running back number 22. He's averaging 200 yards a game. What's it going to take to stop him?
No mental mistakes. Play assignment football. That's about it. You gotta contain him as well as you can.
Not that I want to look past the Bell game, but
Right.
after the Bell game, you guys start conference play next week.
Right.
You can bet it's safe to say it's a pretty much easier schedule than
Yeah.
your first 2
Oh, yeah,
opponents.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm here for. I want to get that ring. I want to get a conference ring because in high school and all stuff, I've never got a ring. And so I'm here, so we all want to get that ring. We all want a ring and make it to the playoffs this year.
Thank you very much for your time, and good luck against Orange Coast, and hopefully you'll be able to bring home that Bell.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kevin, for that interview. John, we know that Nick Mitchell can inspire the best out of his players. We've seen the big changes at halftime in some of the games. What can we expect from the Rustlers coming out of the gate tonight?
They're getting ready for conference play. Coach Mitchell knows that. You got to win your conference to get in the playoffs. His teams are always ready to play. I expect them to play a spirited game. This is one of those contests we might see a little action after the whistle, but the Rustlers should be ready to play. So will Orange Coast. I expect a good game. Like I've already said, traditionally this game is decided in the 4th quarter. Let's just hope at the end we're on top this year.
It's been pretty even throughout the years, 20, 19, and 2 ties throughout the years. However, both teams are looking to, first of all, improve on their record in terms of OCC, and for Golden West getting that all-important first win heading into conference.
And this is the last game before conference for both squads. Very important to try the things that you've worked on for 3-4 weeks now. We hope for a good game from both squads, no injuries, and let the officials run the game on the field.
We're just moments away from the always We're just moments away from the kickoff of the always exciting bell game between the Orange Coast Pirates and the Golden West Wrestlers. You might be asking yourself, what exactly is the bell and where did it come from? It's the bell off the first fire engine in Huntington Beach from 1923. In 1969, the bell was donated to become this fabulous trophy. Since the bell game began, Golden West has a slight edge, coming in at 19 wins, 18 losses, with 2 ties. This being the 40th anniversary of the bell game, both teams are going to want to win this game and bring home that bell. John, Rob.
Kevin. John, always nice to get a little perspective, the history of the bell. It's an exciting competition. We got a big crowd here for tonight, and the crowd seems to be excited and ready for a good game.
And we actually have a little bit of a crowd tonight, which is a good sign. These two teams come in with opposite records, 2-0 and 0-2. Golden West is yet to taste victory this season, but I believe those things, this is the kind of game, those things go out the window. Anybody could win this game. The team that has the most luck or plays the hardest, makes the fewest mistakes, will emerge victorious and ring that bell.
John, you and I have been together for, what is this now, our 4th bell game. We've seen some exciting plays here, some dramatic finishes, and we, of course, expect the same tonight.
And probably somewhere along the line, we'll see one of Coach Nick Mitchell's patented trick plays. I think every bell game we've seen at least one of those.
And looking at some of the stats, Coach Mike Taylor for OCC, he isn't afraid of throwing some trick plays himself. Ray Hawley actually has a negative 200% pass rating because his only pass attempt this season was intercepted in the end zone. So Coach Mike Taylor for OCC not afraid to throw some trick plays either. But as you say, Nick Mitchell is becoming somewhat known for using his trick plays here and there.
And we certainly watch for them. And we never ask him about those things because that might be betraying a confidence. But as the game goes along, you can watch for it.
All right, let's take a look at tonight's officials for the contest. Referee Chris Coit, umpire Mark Coniglio, head linesman Larry Martinez, line judge Darren Deckard, field judge Michael Dugan, side judge is Nathan Gilmore, and the back judge, Jess Langerud.
And a good officiating crew is a crew that you almost don't realize is on the field. Keep those handkerchiefs put away unless you got to blow your nose, and let the young men play. Orange Coast is going to receive the opening kickoff.
Kicker Eric Torres getting ready to put that ball into play. An exciting ambiance we've got here at LaBarge Stadium in OCC. It's OCC's home opener tonight. Golden West has already put this stadium to use last week in that loss against Mount Sac. And
here we go.
Underway. Fielded at the 10-yard line. Carries it around up to the 20, still on his feet, and he's taken down at the 15. A little bit of return there by Kevin Ivey.
1st and 10, Orange Coast. Let's take a look at number 22 and see if we can contain him.
All right, as number 22, Ray Hawley, will surely be featured in tonight's contest, as well as the quarterback number 16, Kyle Manning.
Coach Mitchell told us early on that he felt his defense was the strength of his team early in the season. Let's hope that's the case tonight.
Defense, of course, headed by number 13, Mike Connell.
And they come out throwing.
First pass is dropped. Intended receiver was number 9, Kyle Burdett. So they stump us all, John.
Well, but that's not bad strategy. The whole world knows they've got a running back that's averaging over 6 yards a carry, 200 yards a game in the first 2. It makes sense to do something a little different. You know Golden West has been working against the run all week. That's not a total surprise.
OCC lines up 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Hand off to Hawley, but he doesn't get far. Maybe 4 or 5 on the play.
A little short of his 6-yard average, but still a pretty decent gain. Brings up a 3rd and long situation. Usually means some sort of a pass, something to the outside. A lot of teams will run a draw in this situation.
A couple standouts for the Golden West defense. Of course, we mentioned Mike Connell. Also, number 11, R.J. Orozco. They'll be featured quite heavily throughout the contest. Handoff again to Hawley. Doesn't get very far. Looks like the Rustlers have spent a lot of time practicing defending the run.
They pinched down very well at the line of scrimmage. They ran 3 wideouts to the right-hand side to try to spread the defense, and then ran the ball, which is the strength of their offense.
So 3 possessions, and the Pirates are forced to punt, going nowhere on their first drive, gaining about a total of 6 yards off of that one Hawley carry.
And Bryce Blake, number 8, is back. He didn't play in last week's game. Golden West should get good field position here. Orange Coast roll out of bounds.
So Golden West will take over at their own 41-yard line. Bryce Blake didn't get anywhere near that. It perhaps was touched at the line or just shanked off the foot, but nonetheless, as you said, John, took an Orange Coast roll, and they were lucky to have it cross the 50-yard line.
That's still pretty good starting position for a drive. That shortens up the field 59 yards to where the Stripes run the other way. First down, Golden West.
So we get our first look here at Michael Vanderype and company. Vanderype, the quarterback for the Rustlers. Quick pass out to Brandon Grissom, who catches it. He finds a little bit of an opening, crosses the 50. Ball rolls out of bounds. Looks like he may be just shy of that first down.
Both teams started out throwing on first down. Golden West successful for another first down.
Indeed, he just made it. It was a slightly favorable spot, but we'll take another look. Grissom finds a good hole right here. He's taken down, and the ball pops out of bounds, but nonetheless good for a first down. And good momentum here for the Rustlers early on in the game.
No running backs in the backfield. It's going to be a pass.
Vanderype from shotgun. Looks
Out
downfield. Just out of the arms of number 84, Matt James. The big wide receiver, 6'3", 190 out of Fountain Valley High School.
And that's 6 if it's a completion. He runs the out and up and loses the cornerback on the up. Runs out, up, right by him.
Just off his fingertips, as you said, a guaranteed touchdown.
They're counting on that safety to get over there. He's just not going to get to that sideline. That's too far to run. They'll come back to that.
Second down and 10. Vanderype with a handoff to Mike Manuel. Gains a few on the, perhaps 1 or 2. Travis McNaughton, the linebacker for the Pirates, put a big tackle there to put a stop to Mike Manuel's carry.
Number 24, Rie Rakes from Kamehameha High School in Hawaii added a little extra punch right at the end of that. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. Seemed to get in a little bit late. We don't need any of that in this ball game.
3rd and 7 here. The Rustlers' first drive of the game. Vanderype with a little bit of time, shuffles to his left. Ball almost intercepted. Good play there by number 74, Sam Masara, to break up the play. Pardon me, that was Kiahi Reichs, as you said.
I believe we need to train our quarterback to just tuck this ball and run. He's got quite a bit of running room when he gets to the outside.
So Vanderype under a little bit of pressure. Again, Matt James, the intended receiver. But a good defensive play there by Reichs. It's a long
here
snap.
We go again. Don't panic. Don't panic.
And the Pirates capitalize. Joe Dare Lewis was able to pick that ball up, but he was quickly tackled on the 20-yard line. So excellent field position here for the Pirates on their second possession. Last game we saw a long snap go into the back of the end zone for a safety.
Shades of last week, the center snapped the ball over the kicker's head. Last week it led to a safety. It gives Orange Coast excellent field position. Now we'll see number 22, Ray Hawley, who's averaging over 6 yards a carry, lines up a tailback.
Two wide receivers. We're assuming they're just decoys at this point to give Hawley a little bit of opening in the middle. And indeed it goes to Hawley. He finds a little bit of gap on the left. Still on his feet up to the 12-yard line. It's those extra yards that Hawley's able to muster after that first contact that have helped his average so much.
They call that YAC, yards after contact, and that's how you really evaluate the effectiveness of a running back. How far does he go after he's been hit?
As you mentioned, Hawley's going to find some contact right there on the 18-yard line, but spins and finds his way up to the 12. Pardon me, it's around the 14, but that'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Tight end motion.
Hand off again to Hawley, but he goes nowhere. Perhaps a half-yard loss on the play. Again, it's Mike Connell on the tackle. Leading tackler so far with the Rustlers with 18 heading into tonight's game. As we mentioned last week, he was featured as the All-Conference Defensive Player of the Year, leading tackler in the state. So good resource, defensive resource there for Nick Mitchell.
Yes, and we can always expect a good game out of our defense. They're playing a team that runs the ball well, and they're so far have done a pretty good job of containing it.
3rd and 4 from the 14-yard line. Hand off again to Hawley.
Quick trap.
Still on his feet, gets down to the 12. Maybe a little short for the first down. Nope, and it's good enough. So
Ran that quick trap right up the middle. Just follow the guard.
we see Hawley again. It's that first contact, and he's able to bounce around. Rustlers going to need to do a little bit better job of holding on to Hawley.
He's 5'9", 190 in the program, so that gives him a low center of balance, and he certainly does keep those legs moving.
Manning handoff to Hawley again. Meets a gang of men in green there. They can bring him down, maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, there were 21 out of 22 players within about 3 yards of the ball at the end of that play. The Orange Coast quarterback was the only one that didn't get into the fray.
Still
Jake
scoreless.
Fields.
Still scoreless here. 9:40 left in the first quarter. On the West Coast Showdown, as it's now dubbed, the bell game between Orange Coast College and its sister college, Golden West College. Shot there of Nick Mitchell looking a little concerned as the Pirates are deep in their territory. What a tackle, what a stop by Mike Connell.
That was number 11, Kevin Ivey. Stopped at the line.
We'll see Mike Connell put up a big stop here against Kevin Ivey. He gets some help from R.J. Orozco.
Good defensive surge.
But what a hit to stop Ivey in his tracks. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, a lot of teams will throw the play action pass down here, fake the ball to number 22, and throw to the corner. Let's see what they do.
That's exactly what we get. But it's a
Good
good
defense.
read there.
Good defense.
Ball came loose. Tommy Cogburn was able to pick it up, but the ball had already been ruled down. So that'll bring up 4th down and goal from the 1 yard line.
Ironically, that's the Tommy Cogburn that we interviewed in our pregame. Makes a great play here.
Good tackle there to prevent the score.
Well done. Orange Coast is a little confused. They have to waste a timeout. Number 7-9 was getting a drink of water and didn't get out onto the field.
So Lucas Vandeman, the kicker, was unable to get the kick off, and Orange Coast burns an early timeout. We would imagine that by the 3rd game of the season, some of those type of errors have been eliminated. We saw a lot of them last week on both sides of the field.
Yeah, and you never know if somebody got hurt, and maybe there's a substitute in. But you're right. By this time of the year, those teams know who they are. They should know who they are. If you're not paying attention on the sideline, I would imagine the coach might have a little conversation with you about keeping your head in the game.
Get a good look there at Coach Nick Mitchell.
Well, a bad snap led to great field position for Orange Coast. If Golden West holds them to just a field goal, that'll be a lot better than it could have been. Could have very easily been 7.
Only 19 yards on this drive by Orange Coast, being stopped on the 1-yard line.
Now remember, this is the Bell game. They're lining up to go for the touchdown.
Indeed they are.
They had the kicking team on the field minus 1 player before.
So Hawley lines up in the backfield.
Watch the hard count.
So Golden West didn't like what they saw, and to no surprise, they probably were expecting the kick and wanted to make sure things looked right.
Well, it is the Bell game. Some other games you might just kick the field goal and go back for the kickoff. But both of these teams want this game very badly.
Would do wonders for Golden West's morale to head into league, or conference rather.
Yeah, both teams start conference next week. And when you enter your conference, regardless of what your pre-conference record is, you're 0-0 in your conference. But it would be nice to get a victory tonight for Golden West.
Golden West will head up to LA Harbor next Saturday night. And OCC sends out its field players again. They're going for it.
Well, they've got a tailback that averages over 6 yards a carry and a pretty good size offensive line. But they might fake it and throw the corner pass. Nope, there he is. Stop him short.
Still no signal yet from the officials.
Looks like they're putting him on the 1-inch line.
And he is stopped short.
Very
what
important.
A great stop by the Rustlers.
Very important stop.
Puts a
Very
smile on
important
Nick Mitchell's face.
Big play.
After an error on the punt, the Rustler defense is able to put up a big stop here.
The ball attracts a crowd. There's 5 Rustlers right there.
Joe Dare Lewis on the tackle to stop Ray Hawley from entering the end zone.
Well, that gives them an awfully long field. It doesn't get much longer than where the ball is right now. Can't afford any mistakes.
So that first running play goes absolutely nowhere for the Rustlers. They were hoping to get a little bit of breathing room back there on the goal line, but it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Number 42, Justin Niaputi, is 6 foot tall and 300 pounds. Number 4-7, they ran that ball right at him. I think I'd look for a littler guy.
Maybe somebody that you could bounce around a little bit.
Something. He just fires out into the center.
Bryce Blake in the backfield. He gets the ball still on his feet. It's about up to the 4-yard line.
That's better. They're more than likely going to have to punt the ball, but you'd like to get the ball out beyond the 5-yard line so you don't have to back up to the end line to get your kickoff. But let's see. Maybe we'll make a first down and won't have to worry about kicking.
Pardon me, that was Mike Manuel, the ball carrier, 5'9", 195 pounds, sophomore out of Los Alamitos High School.
3rd and 7.
And again, Manuel in the backfield. Vanderripe hangs on to it. A little bit of pressure from behind.
Keep
Still on
running,
his feet.
keep running, man.
Looks like he's got the first down, but he's hit hard at the 11-yard line. But it looks as if it's enough to move the chains. And it is. So good first down there by Michael Vanderripe, single-handedly carrying the ball. So we take another look.
Mike does a good job of scrambling here. He runs like a guy that doesn't really want to run if he doesn't have to, but he gets the first down. Important play.
So the wrestlers get to relax a little bit. No more end zone on their backs. They're only on the 10-yard line. Quick pass over to Bryce Blake. But he'll be taken down for a loss. Jimmy Keating in there on the tackle.
Bryce Blake, the carrier.
Brandon Grissom, number 23, was out there to block the cornerback, but they either missed him or decided not to block because the ball hadn't been caught yet.
Grissom looked to be blocking somebody else, but a big loss there for the Rustlers. Brings up 2nd and 11. Vander Eyck hands off to Manuel. Gains about 2 on the play.
Mike Manuel, ball carrier.
Well, Orange Coast run defense has been very stingy so far this year, and they're keeping that level of play up pretty high. That's a pretty big defensive line.
So I mentioned in pregame, holding their opponents to negative 44 yards on the season.
It's hard to score when you're in negative numbers. There's a timeout on the field. Really didn't see the indication of who called it, but there is timeout on the field.
Golden West calls it. They have already burned 2 timeouts here with 5:04 left in the first quarter. We're still scoreless after that goal line stop by the Rustlers. But at 3rd down and 11, the Rustlers are going to want to make sure they get this one right and keep moving the ball downfield. Otherwise, they're going to be giving up excellent field position once again to the Pirates.
Well, if we're going to count on quarterback Mike Vander Eyck, scrambling for the first downs every time, we're putting his body in jeopardy. We have other people that run the ball with a little more authority. His job is to call the plays, operate the offense, and throw the ball. He can scramble when necessary, but we're better off if other people are running with the ball. And so is he.
He is indeed. He's much better passing, ranked 9th in all conferences in Southern California after 2 weeks of play. Picking up 433 yards so far this season. So an effective passer, much more effective than he is running the ball. And he's in shotgun position. Bryce Blake.
Oh my goodness.
Off of his fingertips, couldn't bring it down. He's upset with himself.
That would have been a tremendous catch, but it was there.
Juggled not once, but twice. Bryce Blake couldn't bring it down. Let's take another look. Vander Eyck almost gets hit here in the backfield. Lets it go just in time.
He just blew right by the safety man. I don't know what they were waiting for, but now let's get a good center snap here.
Steven Santana.
Oh, my goodness.
With a very short punt.
Yes,
That's going to bounce out of bounds at around the 31-yard line. So very short field yet again.
About a 20-yard kick.
For the Pirates. That'll frustrate Nick Mitchell. Asking some questions of Santana.
Well, we get the snap and miss the kick.
3rd time's a charm, as they say. Perhaps the snap will be right and the kick will be good.
Well, and we can't get by all night long giving Orange Coast this great field. That's a 31-yard field. That's a pretty short drive for a touchdown if that's what happens.
Rustler defense put up a good stop last time there was short field. They'll need the same. Manning still has it. Off the fingertips, and Jodair Lewis picks it up.
Find somebody and block him.
Still on his feet, and he'll get pushed out of bounds at the 27. It's out of the hands of the tight end there for OCC, and Jodair Lewis was there to pick up the scraps. And a good big turnover here for the Rustlers. 4:40 left in the first quarter.
Well, this is, you practice tip drills in practice every day. This is a tip drill. The ball is tipped by the offensive player. It goes in the air. Great reception. That's why you practice.
So an excellent turn of events there for the Rustlers. We'll forgive Santana for that short punt. Perhaps the Pirates getting a little too cocky there. Here comes Van Der Eyck. Hand off to Manuel. Still on his feet out around
Turn
the
right,
outside.
keep
He's still
running.
going up past the 50, and he'll get knocked out of bounds at the 42, 44-yard line maybe. So big carry there by Mike Manuel. Biggest play of the night for either team. Let's take another look at that exceptional run.
He bounces this to the outside, and there's nobody there.
First and 10, Golden
Extremely well done.
45-yard line.
Maybe a little bit stronger block there by Bryce Blake. Could have given Manuel a few more yards, but nonetheless, a great play.
First and 10, ball on the 45-yard line.
Van Der Eyck again goes to Manuel. He tries to go up the middle, and he gains maybe 3 on the play.
Mike Manuel, the ball carrier.
So in that one play, we've pretty much put a big dent in the OCC rush defense, which, as you mentioned, had been very stingy, but allowing big numbers on that last play.
Well, it's a good sign for that young offensive line. This is their third contest. They should be getting used to college football by now. And Golden West is running the ball pretty effectively so far in a game against a team that has been very stingy against the run.
We got a shot there of Jimmy Keating, number 41 for OCC. Part of the reason they've been so stingy. Another tip play off the hands of Bryce Blake, but OCC unable to come up with the ball.
Thrown a bit hard. Quarterback's got to be able to take a little off of that short pass. He's open, but it's thrown a bit hard.
Right into Bryce Blake's hands, and number 33, Anthony Curry for the Pirates, unable to make a leap for that one. Gives wrestlers 3rd down and 7. Some movement there by the Pirates. Van Der Eyck under some pressure, and he is taken down. Big sack there by Bryce Brantley.
By number 54, Bryce Brantley for the Pirates.
So that'll end the Rustler drive here
Ball spotted at the
on the
43-yard
43-yard line.
line. 4th down.
Well, that's better than throwing an interception.
Van Der Eyck took just a bit too long here. As you can see, those Pirates jumped, but they were able to get back in time.
Orange Coast calls a timeout.
On the field called by the Pirates.
So OCC calls their second timeout of the half with just 2:57 left in the first quarter. We're still scoreless here at LaBarge Stadium. I'm Rob Frecker alongside John McNichols, and you're watching the Rustler Game of the Week.
And we're getting the game we expected. Pretty evenly matched teams. Orange Coast wants to run the ball. Golden West has done a pretty good job up to this point of containing the run. Golden West will be throwing the ball, but has run with some effectiveness. We'll see how things develop. It's early in this contest, 2:57 remaining in quarter number 1.
So Mike Taylor has seen 2 unsuccessful punts here by the Rustlers so far. Michael Van Der Eyck still on the field, as well as Santana the punter. This is a curious play here.
That's all right.
Santana punts it right out of bounds, and it goes out of bounds at around the 9-yard line. So Van Der Eyck, a little bit of a decoy there.
They're probably hoping the motion might bring them off sides. That's in the old days we'd have called that a short punt formation. Usually the kicker is back 14 or 15 yards. That time the kicker was only about 7 or 8 yards back. You do take a chance of that low kick being blocked.
Did do sort of a side foot style punt.
Eastern Michigan.
Not your standard punt, but you can look there at Nick Mitchell. He certainly has some ideas and trick plays, and he'll pull all of them out of his back pocket to try and win this contest.
He tries to keep the game interesting for the players as well.
He certainly keeps it interesting for the fans. Ray Hawley, the ball carrier for the Pirates, taken down. Maybe 2-yard carry. The tackle by Ricky Pamasa. He's a 6', 225-pound sophomore out of Orange Lutheran High School.
Justin Chisaga.
Holly's making some new friends tonight. The Rustlers are waiting for him at every spot. Let's hope it stays that way.
Good tackles there by the Rustlers. They aren't giving Hawley much room to work with. They've studied their star player for OCC. Hawley again, the ball carrier. And he's taken down by Christian Maldonado.
He's looking for the cutback on all those runs. I would imagine, we haven't seen him at all, but we've read about him. He runs like a guy that will cut back against the grain and catch the defense leaning the wrong direction. So far, the Rustlers have stopped him from doing that.
Maldonado able to get the legs of Ray Hawley and stop his run. Minute 39 left in the first quarter. Still scoreless in the West Coast Showdown, the Bell game. Being played under the setting sun here at LaBarge Stadium. Manning with some time. Out of the hands of first the OCC receiver and then Devin Smith for the Rustlers.
Well, Orange Coast may spring a long pass before this game is over, but so far they've had to live by the run.
Manning fires a pass right into Kali'i Kunitomo. Out of his hands and off the chest of Devin Simon, so that'll bring up fourth down here for the Pirates. They'll be punting from about their own 5-yard line.
Back to receive, Tommy Cogburn. I hope he gets a chance to run it if fair catches.
Fair catch, and the Rustlers will take over from about the 44-yard line. So some good field position here to start another drive as the first quarter winds down. Minute 13 left. I want to remind you that this production is brought to you by Golden West College TV Productions, which is run entirely by students enrolled in the broadcast and video department there at Golden West under the direction of Warren Carter. For more information, check out our website, goldenwestcollege.edu/BVP. I'll show you our schedule that it will be cablecast on Time Warner Channel 95.
Ball's right at the 45-yard line, a 55-yard field to the end zone.
Ben Drive gets the ball. Quick pass to Bryce Blake. He's got a little bit of an opening. He's at the 30. Brought down right on the 21-yard line by 25 Mike Patrick for OCC, who prevented a touchdown there. Great pass, great run by Bryce Blake.
He runs a quick slant right over the middle. There's nobody there.
Quick toss. Bryce catches it about the 35-yard line, gets about 15 more yards on the run.
He's been open, and that's the first one he's caught.
And off to Manuel. He gets nowhere. Flag on the play. He's taken down for a loss. Holding against the Rustlers will bring the ball back.
It's amazing how that happens. Long play, penalty. You could almost script it.
An unfortunate way to kill the momentum there.
I think every now and then the officials just kind of go to sleep, and a long play wakes them up, and they think, oh, I haven't done anything for a while, so the laundry comes out.
They haven't done much at all. I believe that's the first penalty we've had of the game.
Well, if there was holding on that play, I guarantee it's not the first time there's been holding. It's just the nature of the beast, I think.
So penalty is declined, second down and 10. Probably a second down and 11, actually. And Pirates opting to stay with the stop there.
3 receivers left.
And a quick toss to Bryce Blake. It's in and out of his hands. And that prevented him from getting off to the races right away after the reception. And he is taken down for a loss. So that'll bring up third down and rather long here.
Well, Blake has been open a great deal so far, and it's early in the contest. First quarter just ending.
And in fact, the first quarter is over and done with. So a scoreless first period here for the West Coast Showdown, the Bell game. All right, let's send it down field side to our Kevin Schreiber. Kevin.
Just like last year's game, defense is the name of the game here in the first quarter. Obviously, both teams scoreless after one. Golden West with a huge stop on Mr. Hawley, 4th and goal, and also a big interception. Orange Coast has also kept Golden West off the board, but with the ball on the 22-yard line, they look like they might be able to set up for a field goal and take an early lead in the second quarter.
Thank you, Kevin. Bring up 3rd down and 12, ball on the 22-yard line.
And the sun is finally sinking in the west, so we might actually be able to see the field. Well, it's a game we expected. Two teams pretty evenly matched, playing with a lot of enthusiasm.
Golden West defense putting up much better stops in this first quarter than they did last week against Mount Sac, where they let in 16 points. We're handed the stats here by OCC Sports Information Director. Take a look here at rushing. Golden West putting up 12 yards. OCC only 10 net yards in the first quarter, so well below their averages. Van Ripe here. Toss to Bryce Blake. Still on his feet, gets around the corner. He's knocked out of bounds at around the 9-yard line. That'll be close to the first down. Depending on the spot, looks like it'll be just short as they're going to mark it at the 12. I don't think that was very generous spotting there by the officials.
Looks like 4th and about 2. It's a long 2, almost 3. Important play. Comes in from the sideline.
So Nick Mitchell not trusting his field goal unit just yet. Rustlers are going for it here, 4th and 2. Manuel in the backfield. He gets it, and he goes nowhere. Big stop there. Number 35 for the Pirates, Brian Polly. And the Rustlers will turn over on downs.
Well, Brian came all the way from Kamehameha, Hawaii to make that stop, and he did it well. I would say it was worth the trip. Both teams have gone for the first down or the touchdown when they've been in scoring territory. It gives you some idea of the importance of the game. A field goal probably is not going to win this game.
So we're still working on our stalemate here. Opportunities for both sides to put some points on the board. But they were going big instead of for the field goals, and both teams have come up short. Manning still with the ball. Complete to the tight end on the outside. He gets to his feet, and it's good for a first down. Gain of 11 on the play. Cordell Simmons, tight end, on the reception.
And he ran everybody deep, ran the tight end out in the flat, and they had given him a big cushion. You're going to give that play up every now and then. That beats somebody running the post. First down.
So looking at first quarter stats, Ray Hawley, 9 carries, 24 yards, only 2.7 yards per carry. We'll get back to more of those stats in just a minute. Manning, lots of time going downfield. It's a little long. Travis McNaughton, the intended receiver.
Covered by Tommy Cockburn. That's you got to throw that every now and then so the other team can't just play defense against the run.
Take another look. Manning with loads of time back there. The offensive line for the Pirates able to contain him, but he just overthrows McNaughton by about 4 yards.
Tommy Cockburn, number 16, is pretty quick, and that young man ran right by him.
Cogburn looked beat on the play. Manning hands off to Hawley. Tries to go up over the pile. Maybe gained a yard on the play.
Well, Hawley has shown the ability to run well against the first two opponents. He's probably going to break a few before the night's over, but up to this point in time, the Rustlers have done a very good job of containing him.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 here for the Pirates. all on their own 24-yard line. Manning steps back, still has time.
There's that drag the other way.
Complete right up the middle to Brandon Estrada, the wide receiver. Good enough to move the chains. Gains about 15, 16 on the play.
They run everybody up the field, and then bring the wide out underneath.
Brandon Estrada gets a few yards after the carry. He's a 6-foot, 175-pound freshman from Mayfair High School.
Well, and that ball was thrown well and caught well. He was open, but those guys sometimes drop it.
Manning fakes 2 handoffs. And again, that one's complete up to the 40-yard line, taken down at the 35. Good catch there by number 9, Kyle Burdett from Los Alamitos High School. And that's 2 big plays in a row for the Pirates. Let's take another look. That's reception by Burdett.
26-yard reception brings up 1st and 10.
The slot back from the other side. Runs into no man's land.
So loads of time there for Manning to find his wide open receivers.
A little bit of a drive by Orange Coast. First down on the 35-yard line.
So 2 big plays there to move the chains, to move the Pirates downfield. Holly, the ball carrier, again, he runs into a big wall. First by number 93, Nate Lange, the defensive lineman. Let's take a look at some of these first quarter stats here. Rustlers putting together 4 first downs compared to the Pirates' 1. Rustlers, some good aerial attack, 46 yards. Time of possession, evenly split. But again, let's look at those rushing yards. 10 carries for the Pirates, only 25 yards. We said they were stingy defensively, giving up only 5 net yards to the Rustlers, but as we mentioned, Golden West able to hold Holly so far tonight. Manning again with lots of time, goes deep into the end zone, out of the arms of Lano Fuentes. It was a guaranteed touchdown, and the Rustlers get a little lucky. Fuentes can't believe he let that one go.
I think he was planning his end zone dance and forgot to catch the ball. The coach used to say it hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands.
So we expected the run from OCC, but so far it's been the passing that has provided the big plays, and that one.
Oh, he'll just keep running to the dressing room when he sees that.
So the
3rd and 8.
Pirates showing their aerial attack. Manning, quick toss, and that's Kyle Burnett again. Gets up to about the 23-yard line, and that's good enough for a first down.
A quick slant to the inside receiver. He just throws it underneath the defensive back. It's been a very good drive so far for Orange Coast by way of the pass, which we did not expect.
Manning with 3 wide receivers. Burdett and Fuentes to his right. McNaughton to his left. But it's a handoff to Holly. He's trying to find some space, but doesn't get far. Maybe a couple on the play. Take it up to the 20. So it looks like the Rustler defense has been practicing the stop and the run, which they've been very effective tonight. However, maybe a little too much emphasis was placed on the run. That's left some gaps.
Well, on this drive, Orange Coast has thrown the ball pretty effectively and thrown it long effectively. That has not been their MO so far this season. They have survived by the run.
Now four wide receivers. That's Burnett in motion. Joe Dare Lewis again covering Fuentes, but that time it's overthrown by Manning. Fuentes not at fault on that play. It was thrown out of the end zone.
Now that was thrown where only one person could get to it, or it would be out of bounds. Fortunately for Golden West, it was out of bounds.
So it'll bring up third at about 8. Ball right on the 20-yard line. Pirates heading into the contest have been 88% effective in the red zone. 88% of their entrances, they've got some points on the board. But we're still scoreless here in the second quarter. Manning.
He beat the end.
Quick toss, and it's a tackle. Good for the first down. Brandon Allen, the receiver, gets the first down for the Pirates. So Manning looking to a lot of different receivers tonight, making havoc here on the Rustler secondary.
This is a well-engineered drive.
A well-engineered play as Manning finds.
A little delay, comes out of the backfield, and he's alone.
Allen was wide open on the play.
6 foot 255.
Hand off to Hawley. He finds his first gap of the night, heading towards the end zone, and he dives in for his 6th touchdown of the season, the first points of the night. Hawley finally breaks free, and it's for a touchdown. Pirates up 6-0. Well, they had done a great job containing him all night long up to this point.
Well, a good running back is going to break one every now and then. We said that earlier. He's well below 6 yards a carry, but he got it when he needed it, put him in the end zone.
The extra point attempt is good. So the Pirates put 7 points on the board after a very effective drive, going to the air all drive long, and going to the end zone via the run, courtesy of Ray Hawley.
Well, that was a very well-engineered drive, really orchestrated by the medium range and long pass, which Orange Coast has not shown the penchant to do. But on that drive, they passed the ball to get it up the field and then ran it in for the touchdown. They lead 7-0.
So Pirates showing a very well-balanced offense on that drive. And a very threatening weapon with a few wide receivers and tight ends involved in those plays.
Yeah, they spread the ball around when they're throwing it. They don't just have one receiver.
Brandon Grissom back to receive kickoff here for the Pirates.
Lucas Vanderman, Edison High School. Very powerful program at Edison. They're 2 or 3-0 already again this year.
And it's a good kick. Grissom fields it around the 7. He'll try and find a hole. He's still on his feet up to the 30, still on his feet, spinning around, gets knocked to the 39-yard line. Leave it to Brandon Grissom to find some holes and make an effective kick return.
Yep, shades of last year. He did that many times last season. We sort of expect it.
Taking another look at that fabulous kick return.
The wedge, this group of 5 players, that's been outlawed in the NBA or NFL, but not on any other level. The wedge in the pro game now can only be 2 players. It can be as many as you want in community college.
Grissom averaging 22 yards on the return as the Pirates put up a big stop against Mike Manuel. Grissom's long has been 35 yards on the kick return, and a good return on that one to give the Rustlers excellent field position, but their offense has got to convert.
Now, I'm impressed with the speed of the Orange Coast defense. They swarm to the ball, and that's what you want to coach. That's how they work it all week long, but sometimes you don't get that on game day, but they really, really attack the football. Maybe that's why they're a little vulnerable to the pass.
Vanderripe has 3 wideouts to his right, Brandon Grissom to his left, and he looks to Grissom, and it was a little out of the range of Grissom. He was able to dive and bring down the pass, but unable to get any yards after the play. So bring up third and about 3 on the 47. That first down marker sitting right on the 50-yard line.
That'll be a good time to get a first down, keep the drive going, get back in this ball game right now.
Just under 8 minutes here in the first half. Rustlers trailing by a touchdown. Vanderripe now in shotgun formation. 5 wide receivers, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. He looks right up the middle to Bryce Blake, who's hit hard, but he brings down the catch for a first down onto the other side of the field at the 45-yard line. Good catch and good hold by Bryce Blake.
Yes, Mike Patrick laid a lick on him, but he hung right onto the ball. That's what he gets paid all the big money for, to catch the ball. Well caught, well tackled.
So good first down to keep the drive alive here for the Rustlers.
Ball's on the 45. First down.
Takes the handoff to Manuel.
Find some friends.
Lots of pressure there by the Pirates, and it was Bryce Brantley who finally brought down Mike Vanderripe for his second sack of the night, and that's a big loss on the play.
Another one of those players from Edison High School. Young men that go through that program come to you with pretty good skill.
So the Rustlers get pushed back on their own half again, onto the 47-yard line yet again.
Big loss. That's an 8-yard loss.
Indeed, will bring up second down and 18.
Somebody's not eligible.
And the Rustlers were going to call timeout here to prevent that penalty. So they burn their third and final of the first half with 6:37, trailing by 7.
Yeah, all the wideouts, and there were 3 of them on that series, were at the line of scrimmage. The one in the middle needs to back up, or the one on the outside, but somebody needed to back up. The inside receiver's not eligible if he's not in the backfield. Timeout, 6 minutes, 37 seconds remaining, quarter number 2. Orange Coast 7, Golden West 0.
Both teams able to move the ball effectively, giving us both a little bit of a surprise as the Rustlers are able to put some runs together, but it's been some good passing. And it's been the same story for OCC, which we did not expect.
They come into this game as a running team and move the ball right down the field, intermediate range passing. That's why you play. You never know for sure what's going to work.
Ray Hawley, the only point scorer on the night, putting up the first touchdown for OCC. Vanderripe hands off to Manuel.
One guy, one leg.
But it's a big stop there by Eric Wiersma. So it'll bring up third down and very long here for the Rustlers with about 6 minutes here left in the half.
Yeah, that was one of those 1-foot tackles. If he's able to pull that foot, he's pretty well wide open up the middle. But he couldn't, so it brings up third down and a bunch.
Vanderripe from shotgun has some time. Complete to Grissom, who hangs on to it.
That's going to be very close.
Right on the first down. Oh, what a good spot there by the official.
Spot. Thank you very much.
And that's good for first down. What a great catch by Brandon Grissom to stretch out there. You get another look there at 2-3.
It's a couple in a row where the men have been hit. As soon as they catch it, that ball gets dropped an awful lot of the time. Not tonight.
And Grissom was smart enough to roll with that one, extend the ball right up past the 35-yard line, which was good enough for the first down. Keep this drive alive for the Rustlers. Hand off to Manuel. He'll have to try and find the way out of there. There's a flag on the play. He gets back to the line of scrimmage.
And he carried an OCC player with him to get there. This is probably going to be holding.
Manuel, 5'9", 195-pound running back.
Face
Los
mask,
Alamitos.
all right.
So that's
15 the other way.
big-
One of the OCC guys grabbed the handle right there and hangs on.
big penalty against
That's
the
the
Pirates.
big one. That's 15. accidental face mask is 5. When you hang on, that's 15.
First and 10 for Golden West.
Timely for Golden West, not for Orange Coast.
So that'll move the ball up to the 20-yard line. 5:15 left in the first half. Rustlers looking to respond, put some points on the board. Mike Manuel in the backfield alongside Chris Spencer. Hand it off to Manuel. He gains maybe two or three on the play.
Mike Manuel, the ball carrier.
OCC is bringing a linebacker up on the tight end on first down.
And Jimmy
Turns their
Keith.
4-man front into a 5-man defensive front. A little harder to run against that front. Play action pass perhaps on first down. If that guy comes up, quarterback can watch the defender. He would be over the tight end, giving him a 5-man front instead of a 4-man front. They're doing it again on this down. He's a stand-up end on this side. That's one extra man now. He backs off.
Van Wright put a good block there. Is able to complete to Grissom, who gets out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. Oh, his general spot up to the 13.
Van Wright's pass.
Still a little short of the first down. He did get to the 10-yard line.
Brandon is 6 foot 185 in the program. Packs a pretty good wallop. Didn't really get a chance to turn around and head upfield on that one, but it's still a pretty good game.
If I may speak, Grissom's one of my favorite players to watch for the Rustlers. Always an exciting player. Love the kick returns. Love the athletic grabs and leaps.
It seems like he's been here 3 or 4 years, but in reality, this is the beginning of his 2nd year with us. There's a touchdown.
And a great catch by Bryce Blake to respond for the Rustlers. Wide open on the goal line.
That slot man's been open all night, and they hit it for 6.
So the Pirate defense kind of looking at each other quizzically, wondering who had who. But they're now looking at the scoreboard.
It looked like a zone defense, and when you're that close to the goal line, it's pretty hard to play zone. You pretty much have to play man-to-man or get beat.
Torres to respond, tie it up at 7.
There we go.
He does.
And good.
Let's take another look at that touchdown. See Bryce Blake sneak right in there, wide open. Anthony Curry, number 33 for the Pirates, looked a little confused. Let's send it downfield side to Kevin.
After a scoreless first quarter, both teams able to get on the board here in the second. Ray Hawley doing what he does best with his 6th touchdown of the season. Golden West moving the chains real well as their offense seems to be gaining ground with Bryce Blake finding the end zone in that last play. With just over 3 minutes left in the first half, let's see if Orange Coast can answer the call.
Thank you, Kevin. Orange Coast is going to have to manage the clock effectively. They only have 1 timeout after having to burn a couple early on in the half.
60 yards.
So Torres will do well to pin the Pirates deep in their territory.
When we kick the ball, we're never quite sure what's going to happen. The whole idea is to kick it long and deep. Sometimes we don't get that. Let's hope for the best. 3 minutes, 34 seconds remaining, quarter number 2, game tied 7-7.
Decent kick by Torres. Lands on the 20. And I believe that was Lionel Fuentes who finally came up with the ball. Maybe got about 4 on the return. So a very long field here for the Pirates to finish out the half. Rustlers will be looking to stop them quickly and get another opportunity with the ball.
Well, and we'll see which OCC team shows up. Their penchant is to run the ball. However, they passed it with great effectiveness on the last drive. Let's see if that was a fluke or if they're going to do it some more. Ball right at the 25-yard line, first down, Orange Coast.
Big crowd coming out here for the Bell game. Stands are starting to fill up here as this is OCC's home opener. Manning fakes the handoff. Complete to tight end. Still gains about 8 on the carry. Here's number 40, Brandon Allen. Able to move the chains. the first play of this drive.
Brandon Allen's a big person to be carrying the ball. 255.
First down for the Pirates.
He seems to be pretty sure-handed. Runs out of the backfield right over the middle. A little delay. And then he looks for somebody to hit.
Finds a good hole, moves the chains for the Pirates. Ball now on the 37-yard line. Hand off to Hawley. Cuts
There's that
back.
cut back.
And he gains about 10 on the play. One of his best carries of the night. Saved the touchdown run.
Yep. Second longest of the night, only surpassed by the touchdown.
Gain of 9 on the play.
Good quick cutback, and you get the defense leaning the other way. He's been trying to do that all night. On that run, he did cut back effectively.
So we'll bring up second down and half a yard. Holly got oh so close to moving those chains again.
Good time to throw long.
Rustlers with a little bit of movement, able to recover. Look like lots of movement there, and it looks like they're going to call it against the Pirates.
I think the center forgot the snap signal.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 6 after the false start penalty.
Everybody was going forward, but the center, he was waiting. Message to Garcia, I'm not snapping the ball. That was a very short 5-yard very short 5-yard penalty. Actually, they marched off 4 yards, which is interesting. It's supposed to be 5 yards for offsides.
We won't go over the list of officials again, but
I told him I'd
Holly
only
with
say nice things
Holly
about
with
him.
the pitch.
Hang on,
He's
there we
taken
go.
down in the backfield. Number 43, Ricky Pamasa again with the tackle. Read that play well. And that's Holly's first loss of the night.
I hope he's getting tired. Runs the ball an awful lot.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 8 here. Clock winding down at 1:20 left in the first half. Pirates still have 1 timeout to use.
Well, this bell game is traditionally like an NBA basketball game. It's only really worth watching at the end of the 4th quarter. These guys will beat each other up for the next half hour, and then somebody will score with a minute to go.
Going
Or
downfield, but it's way overthrown. Chris Reinefheim was the intended receiver.
He was well covered.
So that'll bring up 4th down for the Pirates. Rustlers able to put up a stop thanks to a false start penalty.
Who are we putting back?
Looks like Bryce Blake, one of the right receiver who caught the touchdown pass. Back to receive this punt. He's standing on the 25-yard line.
Looks like they may try to get after it. Try to block it. Nope. The return is on.
Blake fields it, and he's taken down immediately on the 27-yard line. So the Rustlers, with no timeouts left in this first half, have 51 seconds to try and go ahead before halftime here. And in past games, momentum has changed right before halftime, has usually proved to be effective.
Well, let's see if Coach Mitchell is in that book, that coach's trick play book. We say that often, and he very seldom lets us down. The traditional knowledge would be you try to bust one right away. If you're not successful, then you run out the quarter.
And Will Stumbles
gets he met a lot of
hard.
people.
Wow. Looked like no gain on the play.
Well, Orange Coast just flies to the football. They're hard to cut back against because they're coming from that direction. The one thing you don't want to do here is turn the ball over. That would be that momentum swing you're talking about.
Clock rolling here, 20 seconds left, 13 on the play clock. Probably time for one play.
Some people would take a knee, but
Nick
not
Mitchell.
on this play.
Manuel still on his feet. Finally gets taken down on the 32-yard line.
They forgot to finish him.
But that'll do it for the first half as the clock winds down.
Number 64.
So we'll end the half. Tie ball game, 7 apiece. Not the game we expected in terms of how they achieved their points, but the game we expected, a close contest, bringing out the best for both sides.
Pirates of Orange Coast 7.
Send it downfield side to Kevin Schreiber.
As you said, Rob, tied going into the half, which is really no surprise. 5 of the last 6 games between Orange Coast and Golden West have been decided by 7 points or less, with the edge going to OCC, winning 4 of those 6 games. The second half should be action-packed and very exciting.
Thank you, Kevin. We'll get a good shot there of the OCC crowd, but Golden West crowd, the biggest we've seen so far in a while. Lots of folks coming out to support their teams. It's the Bell game, brings out the best in both, and no doubt they're filling the stands.
Friends and relatives abound. Well, we expected a close game, 2 pretty evenly matched teams. We're at 7 at halftime.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be...
The class prepared me by giving me more hands-on experience. We get to go in the field and actually do television production.
The class has actually phenomenally prepared me towards my career goal. I have about a year left with my training and education before I actually end up in the job market that I want to be in.
The class has prepared me by giving me a lot of hands-on experience. It's taught me everything from being a stage manager to working the cameras to being in the control room and the different machines, working the different machines in the control room.
Prepare for an exciting career in broadcast and video production at Golden West College. At Golden West College, you can earn an Associate of Arts degree in broadcast and video production and a Certificate of Achievement in video production. Golden West College Broadcast and Video Production Department also offers certificates of specialization in sportscasting, avid editing, broadcast journalism, electronic movie making, script writing, After Effects motion graphics. Students work in a dedicated state-of-the-art television studio which is used for instruction and in the production of programs for broadcast and cable television. Golden West College is the only community college in Orange County that teaches Avid editing, the industry standard, using dedicated Avid HD editing stations. Golden West College provides students with state-of-the-art equipment for use in classes. Each of the instructors in the broadcast and video production program are working professionals in the industry. The curriculum is based on broadcast industry standards and is reviewed regularly by an advisory board of broadcast and video production professionals. Daytime and evening classes are available. Classes are affordable. Financial aid is available. What are you waiting for? For more information, visit us online at www.gwc.info or call 714-895-8798. That's Golden West College, Broadcast and Video Production, located in Huntington Beach, California.
Coming out for the second half, I had the opportunity to speak with Golden West coach Nick Mitchell. As you may remember from last season, Golden West had the lead with 30 seconds left and Orange Coast scored on the last drive of the game to steal the victory. He said for that not to happen this year, they need to block better, which they didn't do in the first half, and to finish plays strong. Let's see if Golden West can do that and they can bring home that bell.
Thank you, Kevin, as OCC kicks off and kicks right out of bounds. Good way to start the second half for the Rustlers. Thank you, Kevin, for getting that opportunity to talk to Nick Mitchell. And John, I must say the camera got a good shot of that setting sun. We do complain about the sun setting right into our eyes, but it does give us some picturesque sunsets here from the Jim Carnett press box up at LeVar Stadium.
Welcome to Orange County. Welcome to Huntington Beach.
It's a beautiful sight and a beautiful September evening.
It looks like they're going to kick off again 5 yards further back.
Brandon Grissom, of course, waiting, getting his opportunity to return one. He had one decent return in the first half, about 32 yards. And he would love nothing more than to get this second half started with a big bang for the Rustlers.
Well, special teams is a vital part of your whole program. And Golden West made a couple of errors early. Special teams kicking seem to have worked things out now. If either team gets a break on a special team, that's one of the things you would hope for. Maybe this run back will be that break.
Quick kick there by the Pirates puts it into the arms of number 40 for Golden West. Not my intended receiver, that's Reese Ludwig. And he returns it to about the 46-yard line.
Reese was probably the most surprised man on the field.
He certainly wasn't expecting it.
He was out there to block somebody. Whoops, the ball.
But we did see that a lot against Mount Sac. Mount Sac and OCC both doing their homework, and they know that Grissom is that powerful kick returner, so they try and keep it out of his hands.
You have to take him out of the game that way. Short field, first down.
And second half action finally getting ready to start here. Van der Eyck pass has touched the line, but it's complete to Matt James.
It's a tough 5 or 6 yards.
So surprisingly, we only had 2 penalties in the first half, both of them against OCC. Not the penalty-laden contest that we've seen in the past.
Yes, both teams are playing hard and fair. Sometimes in this game, the emotions run a little bit high. So far tonight, they're just playing hard.
Van der Eyck pans off to Manuel. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe +1. Still making both teams looking to make a break here early in the second half. Let's take a look at some first half stats. Pretty even as far as things go. 8 first downs, both teams. Rustlers with a slight edge, 108 yards overall. However, they were only 19 carries, 1 yard rushing, and pretty evenly split in times of possession. We'll get another look here. Here's Van der Eyck going deep to Grissom, and he overthrows that one by a few yards. One important stat we didn't get to show was how the Rustlers have been able to contain Ray Hawley on the carry. He had 15 carries, total of 48 yards. That's only 3.2 yards average. So that's a pretty effective containment there of number 22.
They're lined up in that punt situation again, that rugby-type kick.
A low kick snap to Santana. Fielded at the 27. And he's brought down right around the 29-yard line. That was Anthony Curry. Again, an unintended receiver on that kick, but like you said earlier, John, we never know what to expect on the kick, and that happens for both teams. True. Both teams tend to surprise us on special teams, especially kicking special teams. So a low snap, Santana
kicks a line drive, and I think the Orange Coast man was as surprised as we were.
In soccer, we call that a bit more of a volley, not so much a punt, but whatever gets the ball down the field, I guess, is what they've got to go with. So the Pirates take over on the 29-yard line.
I have no idea what Coach Mitchell calls that. We can call that a volley.
Low toss, but it's incomplete. Looked good from up here, but the officials...
They were right on top of it. I agree with you. It looked like he caught it, but perhaps he was out of bounds. He was right at the line.
So that'll bring up second down and 10. Manning in the first half was 7 for 14, 86 yards. Long of 26-yard pass. see, he looks.
Replay,
past
throws
time.
to the sideline.
Oh, yeah.
It is
Missed
true.
that one completely. He dropped the
Yes.
ball.
Second down.
Good spot there by our television crew to pick up that replay. Manning faces a lot of pressure. He's brought down, and there is a flag
Call
there.
roughing, I think. I don't know. You got to let him play. They're calling roughing the quarterback.
So Golden West first penalty of the night. Nick Mitchell is even arguing that one because that'll move the chains and move the ball.
I'd have to agree with Coach Mitchell. I think he got there as the ball was being thrown because the ball was thrown directly into the ground.
One of the few times that the Rustler defense has been able to get at Manning. He's had excellent cover or protection all night long.
First down, ball at the 44-yard line. Orange Coast.
Manning has two wide receivers to his right. Hawley in the backfield. Again, lots of time. Lots of time.
Way
looking
too much.
downfield.
Way too much.
But he throws that out of bounds.
That was a heck of a catch, but he was 5 yards out of bounds.
Good coverage there by Devin Simon. OCC coaches were asking for a penalty on that one, that he'd pushed him out of bounds, but the ball was thrown so far out of bounds it would have hardly been worth the call.
And the ball has to be catchable in play, or you can pretty much do whatever you want to that receiver. Second 10.
9 left on the play clock. Similar formation here. Rustlers look to
Hang on, there
rush
you go.
in, and they get on Hawley. Hawley picks up a few, but he's tripped up.
It looked like Joe Dar Lewis.
I think he's getting a little feisty there after the play, but it's Joe Dare Lewis, their number 4, who gets in on the tackle.
3rd and 7.
So the OCC players looking for some personal fouls after the whistle had blown, but no flag has been thrown. 3rd and 7. Manning hangs on to it. Under pressure, he's hit. It's tipped at the line and incomplete. So that'll bring up 4th down and 7. A good defensive effort there by the Rustlers. And that's twice now that they've got to Manning.
That's good pressure that time. He gets hit just as he throws the ball, and that throws it offline. Defenders keep coming. Good job.
Right off the chest of the tight end there for the Rustlers, and that'll bring up a punting situation here.
10 players at the line for Golden West. Holding
Cogburn
them
back
up.
to receive it. He calls fair catch, and it rolls out into the end zone. So they'll take over on the 20-yard line. Good
play.
long kick there.
Smart play. That ball, if you field that, you're on the 5 or 6. Now it comes out to the 20. I still want to see Tommy catch one of those with a little bit of field. Saw him do it in high school several times, and he was an extremely exciting player. So far this season, 3 games, he hadn't had a chance to break one. I told Nick Mitchell a couple days ago, sometime during the season, I expect to see Tommy put 2 or 3 in the end zone. We'll see if I'm right. If I am, it'll be the first time this week.
Manning in shotgun, Van Ripe in shotgun formation. Complete to Bryce Brake. He's still on his feet up, and they're going to rule that he stepped out of bounds. Right on the 33-yard line. Good catch, and if he would have kept his feet in, he probably would have had 10, maybe 12 more.
They're giving him a great cushion. That out is good for 10 or 12 yards just about every time. He runs away from the defender. Well done.
Stumbles there. Could have gotten up to the 40, but we couldn't catch it that he had stepped out of bounds. But we'll trust the officials on that one. 1st and 10 again for the Rustlers. Trying to put together a drive here to cap off a good first half, and it's in and out of the arm.
Good defense.
Matt James.
Good defense. Both players have a right to go for the football. You can't knock the man down to keep him from catching it, but both players have a right to go for the ball. That was well defended.
Rustlers trying to put together a drive here to begin the scoring and open their accounts here in the second half.
Orange Coast is playing around a little bit with their defense. Now they're expecting a pass. That's a three-man rush, defending the middle zones with 5 players.
Vanderipe looks, but
good
he
place to
finds
run.
Fine room.
Just keep going.
He'll try and run out of bounds, and he's brought down at around the 48-yard line.
That is not his favorite thing to do.
Mike Vanderipe, the ball carrier.
He runs like somebody running in front of a great big semi truck, and he's just so afraid that truck's going to crush him. But he gets the job done.
He certainly does. He gets a first down on this scramble here. He just tucks the ball and tries to get out of bounds. Possibly a late hit there.
I thought he got pretty far out of bounds before they stopped the play, but now they're in that same three-man rush again. I think they are not afraid of the run, and they just want to stop the intermediate passing zones.
So that completion to Grissom on the near side here gains a handful. Taking another look as we see the quick toss to Brandon Grissom and Anthony Curry with a good tackle there to not allow Grissom any yardage. Bring up 2nd and 6 here. 10:40 left in the third quarter. Still tied at 7.
OCC's back now in their 4-man line.
Vanderipe from shotgun. And he
Oh,
gets
my goodness.
hit hard and taken down for a loss there, about 8 yards. That was Kevin Morton, the defensive lineman out of El Modena High School, with the sack.
He just collapsed the pocket, took everybody down.
And a pump there. Probably could have let the ball go, but was quickly met by 3 men in orange. Take it down for
good defensive stand.
3rd and 13 here. Vanderipe going into the air. 4 wide receivers.
And a 3-man rush. They're playing all the intermediate zones. Too long.
So a delay of game penalty will give them an even longer field here. We'll bring up 3rd and 18. So not quite the start to the second half that Nick Mitchell was looking for.
Now they moved the ball pretty well and then started stubbing their toe. 3rd and 18, 9:43 in quarter number 3.
That delay of game has probably been the penalty that they've been hit with most all season long. It's complete to Bryce Blake. Not enough for the first down, still about 6 yards shy, but at least moves them across the 50-yard line. And the Rustlers will look to pin the Pirates deep in their own territory.
And this is the adventure of the punt. We need a good snap, a good kick, and a minimal return.
Steven Santana into punt, averaging 25 yards a punt. This one's high and to the right, lands on the 37, takes a Golden West roll, will go out of bounds about the 26, 27-yard line. So not quite pinning the Pirates, but not necessarily giving them a short field either. So
now the kicking game has not been our strong suit tonight so far. It's always kind of an adventure.
Keeps things exciting for us up in the booth, and for our viewers at home as well.
I was going to say it causes Coach Mitchell's hair to fall out, but I think he shaves it. So first down, here we go.
Manning with the handoff to Hawley.
Watch the cutback. There we go. Ooh.
Surprisingly gains about 4 on the play. Looked like he was running right into a green wall there, but that's the skill of number 22, Ray Hawley.
He's still running with lots of enthusiasm, and he's ready to break one. He's done that in every game so far.
Picked up his 6th touchdown of the season earlier in tonight's game. That's after only 2.5 games, 6 touchdowns. That's a good rate of return there for the running back.
Pretty effective.
Hand off again to Hawley. Gains another 2-3 yards on the play. We'll bring up 3rd down and short here. Connell in on the tackle. Not surprising there. Still the leading tackler for the Rustlers.
This is the play they like to run. They run that slant to the left-hand side. Rustlers float out with him. Keep him from cutting back. Hold it to about 3. 3rd down. About 3 to go.
So big 3rd down here. Both teams were 1 for 4 in the first half on 3rd down conversions.
Oh, deflection.
So the Rustlers put up a stop that makes them the Pirates 1 for 5 on the night, 3rd down conversions.
And they've been a little more effective than that in their 2 previous games. 4th down, punt formation. And there's Mr. Cogburn back to receive the punt. Now, the Orange Coast kicker during halftime was kicking the ball pretty far. Tommy might need to back up just a bit.
It's Oliver Doozer, and it's fielded on the 32.
Keep your feet, Tom. Here we go.
Still on his feet up to the 40. I actually think that was Bryce Blake that time. He's changing he's changing everything on us.
Okay.
Tough to keep up with Nick Mitchell out there with all the change of players. They've got a few that he likes to try, but perhaps he doesn't like Tommy Cogburn calling it all those fair catches. So Blake fields it on the 33. Stumbles around and gets up close to the 40-yard line.
Well, Blake is half of Cogburn. He's 8. Tommy's 16. Give me credit for that. That's my man from El Monte.
I know you're rooting for him. So
I am. He's a great young guy.
Van der Rijp in shotgun formation. A little bit of movement there from Bryce Blake. He faces pressure. He's going to have to let go of it. Grissom, the intended receiver. However, the toss was a little bit short. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Now they're bringing 5. Van der Rijp has a little time. Throws the ball right at the sideline, incomplete. 2nd down, 10.
He had a little time, and he took full advantage of it, tried to use it all, and the Pirates came rushing.
Well, Orange Coast has definitely made an adjustment in their defense from halftime. That one's dropped.
Drop pass. Cameron Gerder, the intended receiver. Would have been a nice completion to give them some yardage and a little bit of momentum here, but
well, they have 5 players about 5 to 6 yards deep, taking away the intermediate zones. There's a lot of orange shirts in the area where Golden West has completed many passes tonight.
So bring up 3rd and 10 here for the Rustlers.
And that's what you're supposed to do at halftime, is make adjustments, and that's what they've done. Here they are again.
3 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right for Van der Rijp. He looks right. It's complete to Bryce Blake.
Get the 1st down.
Flag
there
is
we go.
thrown, and it looks like he runs out of bounds with about a 12-yard gain. Let's see which way the penalty goes.
Yeah, that's thrown in kind of an interesting area. It might be clipping on one of the other receivers, but they're pointing against Golden West. They're calling illegal use of hands. One of the other receivers might have pushed one of the defenders right about there.
Yep. It looked like it was Cameron Greider, the guilty party, so that'll bring it back.
And that's a long one. Wow. That's penalized from the line of scrimmage. So that's now going to be 3rd and 25.
Wow. Didn't expect a 15-yarder. That brings the ball all the way back to the 27-yard line.
Puts it in a different time zone.
So an extremely long 3rd down situation here.
A crucial time, too. You don't want to make a mistake and turn the ball over here.
Van Drijp's going to try and scramble his way up. Runs right into the umpire there. Still on his feet. Looked like the ball went loose.
Well, that's an interesting play for a quarterback I don't think likes to run very much, but he did a pretty decent job.
Did a decent job. Had to get 25 on the play. Maybe got about 12 or so.
Well,
take a look.
You should always be safe when you have the referee blocking for you, and there he is. Oops, he did lose the ball.
He did lose the ball. I think it went out of bounds. Nonetheless, Santana puts up a punt. And that'll take a little bit of a Golden West roll to stop on the 26-yard line.
That's 3 kicks in a row that we've gotten the Golden West roll. That's a good sign.
So both teams unable to do much offensively here in the 3rd quarter.
Somebody needs to score something on defense here. Interception, block punt, something. Right now they're just playing like a rugby scrum back and forth in the middle between the 30-yard lines.
6:16 left in the 3rd quarter. We remain 7-7 on a pretty even game so far, both score-wise and stat-wise. Manning's got Hawley behind him. Fakes the handoff, and it's a low pass. Kyle Purdett was the intended receiver. Rustler's got a good hit there on Manning, who's a little slow to get up.
Now they run that play action fake, hoping that Golden West will jump on the running back. Quarterback bootlegs to the other side, but they fake the ball this way. Little rollout. That's a hard pass to throw for a right-hander. You're running to your left. It's hard to get your shoulders squared up to throw. 2nd and 10.
Similar formation here for the Pirates. 2 wide receivers to Manning's left. And again, it's a faked handoff to Hawley. And a pickoff.
Go, Tommy. Hang on to it.
Tommy Cogburn makes the play, turning the ball over for the Rustlers on the 42-yard line. Excellent field position here for the Rustlers to make a go offensively.
And now they need to just find something consistent.
So let's take a look at the replay here of this Tommy Cogburn pick. Looked as if he was the intended receiver. I know it was Burdett for the Pirates, but right into Cogburn's arms.
Well, in high school, Tommy used to catch passes as well as play defense.
Quick.
That's a lateral.
Bryce Blake is able to fall on it. Looked like he even tried to kick it a little bit there, but
that may look like an incomplete pass, but there was no whistle, which would tell us that's a lateral. It's a live ball. The other team can pick it up and run with them.
So about an 8-yard loss on the play brings it back to the 49.
See, that ball is thrown behind the line of scrimmage, or backwards, not forwards. It's like a long handoff. And the receiver did the right thing to stay after the ball. Orange Coast can fall on that. It's their ball. It's not an incomplete pass.
So 2nd and 17 here for Van Drijp. Gets hit hard.
Could see that coming.
Brian Polly on the sack.
Number 35.
So this will bring up an even longer 3rd down situation this time.
He delays the count, looks for an open hole, and there's nobody blocking him. It's the linebacker, number 35. He delays. There he comes. Whew.
Van Drijp hit hard.
You can see him coming, and you could feel it.
Brings up 3rd and 23 this time. So 2 extremely long third down situations in a row. Van Der Eyck doesn't think about running this one. Gets some good coverage, looks downfield, but way overthrows Brandon Grissom.
Yeah, he threw that to one of those guys over on the sideline, I think.
So the Rustlers unable to capitalize off of Tommy Cogburn's interception. And we remain at deadlocked at 7-7 here.
Now we could probably just tune out right now and come back with about 2 minutes to go and let the game be decided then, like it usually is. Good even football game. I hope people watching it appreciate these teams are pretty well balanced, pretty well matched.
Santana with his best punt
A
of
little
the
better
night.
kick.
Takes a good Golden West roll.
Let it roll, let it roll. That's a
Cogburn
good
will
place.
down it on the 4. Great kick by Santana to pin the Pirates deep in their own territory.
Yeah, this is the longest field they've had all night.
So with 4:17 left in the third quarter, Pirates have a mountain to climb here to put some more points on the board.
Well, that interception was very valuable in that we now have Orange Coast very deep in their territory. Golden West runs a player on late. Somebody calls timeout. Golden West calls timeout.
That was Sheldon Sakai, number 83, who was late in getting to his assignment. I think the Rustlers had to call a timeout to make sure he was in position. However, Nick Mitchell having some words there with the officials.
Usually before a contest, the coach will indicate who are the people allowed to call timeout. A lot of coaches just say anybody can, but many coaches will say this guy on offense and this guy on defense. And I wouldn't be surprised if Nick is saying right now you called a timeout and that guy wasn't on, but it's still off the board, so Golden West lost the timeout.
Pardon me, I don't want to call out Sakai there. In effect, that was Nate Lange. This guy's parents may be getting mad at me if I'm calling him out there for
we'll
getting
be
late.
getting phone calls in the office.
So Manning from his own end zone, complete, knocked out of bounds. That was Brandon Allen on the reception. Got close to the first down marker.
No, that's a heads-up, gutsy play when you're on your own goal line. A lot of people are not going to throw that pass because you're always worried about the safety when you're down here. And in this game, those would be crucial points.
When it's this close, 2 points could make or break the game.
Good run fake, well thrown. 2nd and 5.
Manning is facing some pressure down there. Handoff to Hawley. Finds a little bit of a hole, but only gains a few on the play. Still a little short of the first down.
Mr. Hawley's probably getting a little frustrated. And real good running backs, when they get frustrated, tend to run a little harder. We'll see if he does that now.
It's the stiffest defense he's faced all season, normally raking in the yardage. As we said at halftime, he was only held to 49 yards, well below his average.
Well, and he's got 400 for the season coming into this game. A lot of running backs won't get 400 for the year in 10 games. He did it in 2. Swinging out.
Manning is complete to Hawley.
They got him out in space.
And that's good enough for the first down. So a third down conversion there for the Pirates. Move the chains there. Ball will rest on the 16-yard line.
And that good running back comes out of the backfield. Swings out to the left. There again, that was a lateral. If he misses that, the ball's a fair ball for anybody.
Good stutter step there to gain those final yards that put him over the first down marker.
He's an impressive little back. He gets yardage. He's got that big offensive line blocking for him. A little extracurricular activity on the field.
Joe Dare Lewis involved in a little altercation, has his helmet tossed off.
Yeah, that's what we sort of expect every now and then in the bell game. Ring each other's bells. Just keep the punches from flying.
So the ball gets moved to the 22-yard line. We'll bring up 2nd down and 4. And again, it's that effective ball carrying by Hawley that moved it about 6 yards. They'll try it again. He gets close to the 1st down marker, probably got it over the 31-yard line. Pardon me, the 26-yard line.
He runs with his head on a swivel. He's always looking for a soft spot to break into. And he's quick. Good running back will do that. They're going to measure. Looks like he's got it. Of course, from up here we know everything and we can see everything.
All the benefits of being in the press box.
Yes, where they can't hit you unless they really want to. Great camera work. Great camera work. That could be very, very close. 1st down. All right. Save the suspense.
By a hair. That was very, very close. Referee had to crouch down and get close to that one.
Great camera work. Referee almost put his foot in the way of that great shot. 1st down, Orange Coast.
So the Pirates starting to muster a little bit of a drive here as the 3rd quarter winds down. 1.5 minutes left.
They get the feeling that everybody's kind of being lulled to sleep, and that's when the bomb goes off. Somebody's going to break something big here pretty soon. Looks like the outside backer's coming. There he is. Get on him. Get on him.
Manning scrambles to his left, and it's caught, pushed out of bounds. That's Burdett on the catch there. Good for the 1st down. Moves it up to the 42-yard line.
Excellent reception. The young man is well coached. He caught the ball and made sure his feet were in bounds. That's what you want to see. And players at this level have to be pretty good or they wouldn't be playing. This is a straight out pattern to the wide guy. Keeps his feet in bounds. 1st down.
Massa got so close to sacking Manning on that last play on the rush.
Going deep.
Manning again with lots of time. It's complete to the same receiver, Burdett. He grabs about 9 yards on that play. Maybe 9.5, very close to the 1st down marker, but Pirates starting to move the ball here.
Kyle Burdett from that great program at Los Alamitos High School, showing that he was trained well in high school and he's continued to be trained well at Orange Coast. 2nd down and 1. Good time to go deep. Got it down to waist. Of course, they'll probably hand the ball off for the 1st down, but this is a good time to go deep.
So this will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. 6 seconds on the clock as it goes down, and it is a carry.
For the 1st down.
So the ball stops with 2 seconds as they move the chains. But as soon as we get them moving, we will stop it for the 3rd quarter. So we remain deadlocked at 7-7. It's been a little bit of a stalemate here in the 3rd quarter, but towards the end, it's the Pirates who have been moving the chains. Let's send it downfield side to Kevin.
Another hard-nosed, hard-fought football game by the Orange Coast team as well as the Golden West team. Both teams' defense is coming up huge there in that 3rd quarter. Let's see what happens here in the 4th quarter if one of these teams can squeak out a victory, as was the case last year in the Bell game. John?
Thank you, Kevin. So Rustler defense looking a little shaky here towards the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they're bending. Let's hope they don't break. Orange Coast has mounted a little bit of a drive. They've gained about 40 yards on this possession. Short to intermediate passes, effective runs. Golden West defense could use a big play.
They did come up with some very big plays early in the 3rd quarter, as Kevin mentioned. However, starting to look a little shaky here, heading into the 4th and final period, where we know that anything can happen and probably will.
Delay, there he goes. Keep him running sideways.
Hawley moving the ball about 5 yards. Getting near to the 40-yard line, right on the 41.
That was a draw. The quarterback drops back like he's going to pass. and slips the ball to the waiting running back, who did a good job, gained about 4. Clock, they give him 5, so 2nd and 5.
Hawley again lines up in the backfield. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right here for Manning. Takes the handoff, faces a little bit of pressure, but it's caught.
There you go. Well done.
Good catch there by Anthony Vidal. First time we've heard his name tonight. He was very effective in the Bell game last year.
Well, he gained about 1 yard on that play, or none yards on that play. So just a quick out.
Good defensive effort there. It was Sam Manavong.
Throws him down in disgust. Take that.
Got to Kyle Manning.
1 yard on the play. 3rd down, 4.
Rustler is looking to make a big 3rd down stop here. Takes the handoff.
Stay after him.
Massa
there you go.
Gets some. Pardon me. That was Lange. He made up for his previous mistake of coming in late. Takes down Manning.
That was well done. As the
Forces
receiver open, he can't get the ball off.
It's going to force the Pirates into a punting situation. If we take another look. Stays with Manning here. Grabbing him by the shirt tails there. Sticking with him, so.
Well, let's see if this is just a pop-up.
So Jake Fields with the punt.
That's a tough one. It's in
Cogburn.
that intermediate zone.
What a Pirate roll. Goes down to the 2-yard line. So Fields pins the Rustlers deep in their own territory.
Well, it's a long ways to the goal line. And our kicking game has been a little bit suspect tonight. So let's hope the Rustlers can put together some first downs.
Rustler offense had some good plays, but were tripped up by some penalties. And there in the 3rd quarter as they tried to put together some drives.
Now, Orange Coast started throwing from this part of the field a little while ago.
Vanderripe has Grissom in motion. They'll hand off to Manuel. Forces his way up the middle for a gain of about 2.
Harold Williams, the ball carrier. And on the stop, Corbin Davis.
2nd down and long 9. Want to get that ball out over the 5-yard line to have some room to kick.
But still deep in their own territory. Good shot there of the offensive line for the Rustlers.
Get out of that end zone.
Hand off again. This one to Harold Williams. And he gains, I said 2 the last time, it was 1. And it is about 2 that time. So we'll bring up 3rd and 7.
You got your 2 that trip.
So ball sitting on the 6-yard line. Rustlers inching their way forward here. Blake and Grissom to the right. Manuel behind Vanderripe. But a pass.
Oh, my goodness.
Somebody didn't read that correctly.
Either that or it might have been deflected. There was only orange shirts in that area.
Nonetheless, that's 3 and out for the Rustlers. 12 minutes exactly on the clock here in the 4th quarter.
Let's see if his arm gets hit. Hard to tell. But there were sure no Golden West players there. All right, this is an interesting situation. Golden West has not kicked the ball extremely well. This would be a good time to get the kick of your life.
Low snap, Santana gets it off.
And he gets a pretty decent boot.
Not bad. Cotton is running backwards.
Help is on the way. Hold on, man. There we go.
So good carry there by Joe Galvez of the Pirates. Started out running backwards and actually lost yards on that return. However, he was lucky enough to get back up near the 50-yard line.
Now that was the kick of the season so far. We got a good kick when we needed it.
So you can see Galvez fields it at about the 45 and begins running backwards. It's almost back to his own 40 before he finally makes it up to the 47. Where he's met by a gang of men in green.
It's not very often you lose yardage on a punt return, but he lost about 4 on that one. Let's see if the Pirates come out running or throwing. What do you think?
It's a crapshoot. I think they're going to go to Hawley here.
That's usually a pretty good guess.
However, it's a pitch over to
a little wrinkle.
Kevin Ivey. He crosses the 50. Gains about 5 on the play, so brings up 2nd and 5 here.
It's almost like a weak side option. They fake the dive play and then make the pitch right there. That's an interesting play.
Pitch to Ivy, and it's Preston Margain who finally knocks him down there for the Rustlers.
2 tight ends.
Manning, quick handoff to Hawley. Tries to force his way up the middle. Still on his feet. Gets a few, maybe about 1.5 yards shy of the first down marker.
I don't know how many carries he's had, but he carries the ball an awful lot. And hopefully he'll avoid injury this season because he certainly started out doing very well.
Certainly posting some good numbers.
Yes.
Would bode well for a transfer situation after his sophomore year here at OCC.
And there are a lot of places that need a good running back, a durable running back. Well.
And Hawley goes up and over and looks like he just got it.
Alley-oop.
So Pirates convert on 3rd down. Move it up to the 41-yard line.
And once again, we're kind of being lulled to sleep here. It's about time for somebody to strike long. Nothing's been thrown long for quite a while by either side.
Both offenses have been quite reserved. Playing the short game.
Playing not to lose.
Burdett in motion for the Pirates. Manning steps back, has plenty of time.
There he is.
And a good catch there, and well held onto by Chris Reinenfam.
I could just feel it coming. Things have been too calm for too long.
Big play of the second half. Moves the ball down to the 16-yard line.
He's wide open over the middle. And there were 2 Golden West players right there. That was thrown extremely well.
Rodney Newton finally brought him down, but not before the Pirates make the big play of the second half. 9:37 left in the game. Still tied at 7 here. The battle for the bell. Manning with time. He's looking to the end zone. And there's a flag on the play, but there's a touchdown.
They called interference. It'd be a touchdown anyway.
So Lano Fuentes picks up the tiebreaker here. That penalty was indeed interference and is declined, of course. Let's take another look at this touchdown pass.
He comes all the way across the defense. He runs through about 3 zones, and there's just nobody there.
So Fuentes makes a great diving catch.
Well-designed play.
And now it's Lucas Vandeman in for the extra point. Rustlers get close. There's a flag on the play. The point is good. So the Pirates take a touchdown lead here with 9:24 left in the game.
They call roughing the kicker. It'll be penalized on the kickoff. So Golden West is going to end up with another long field.
So the only points so far of the second half come from Lano Fuentes with a diving leap in the end zone.
Roughing the kicker will be enforced on the kickoff.
And with the Rustlers' inability to move the ball down the field so far this second half, that could prove to be fatal.
Yeah, they need to mount some offense, and they're not going to be able to do it just throwing the intermediate pass. Orange Coast has set up their linebackers in those intermediate zones this entire quarter and this entire half. I believe they'll do the same thing again. It's been very effective.
Ball brought out to the 45-yard line. The scoring drive on that last.
So last year, the Pirates pulled out the late win 16-13 with the last drive touchdown. The previous year, they won 30-28. But this game certainly not shaping up that way. But we've still got a lot of ball game left to play.
Now this ball should be kicked in and out of the end zone. It's on the 45-yard line.
Vandeman gets behind it.
Could go to the snack bar.
And Grissom will let that one roll. The Rustlers will take over on the 20. You can almost see on his face there that Grissom is upset that he didn't get to return that one. He wants to make a big play happen.
Well, somebody needs to make a big play happen. The Rustlers haven't had a whole lot of offense this half. They've got to be able to run the ball so they can throw the ball.
So the Rustlers trying to make a dent here in this 7-point deficit.
And Orange Coast defense, I'm impressed with. They fly to the ball. They seem to be very well prepared to play defense against the offense that Golden West is trying to run. Now they've gone back to 4 rushers and 4 linebackers. We haven't had much success running the ball for a while.
And absolutely no gain on that play. We'll start right back where we started for second down.
Just over 9 minutes remaining in the contest. Golden West is only going to get the ball a couple more times. They need to start mounting a drive.
Still seems a little quiet out there on the field. Vanderripe with some time. Very short pass was tipped.
Yep, deflected at the line.
So bring up third down here and 10. Rustlers certainly don't need another 3-and-out situation.
No, the last punt was the punt of the year. I don't think we can count on that too many more times, although you never know. Sometimes things work that way. Trying to be positive. Meanwhile, it's 3rd and 10.
And meanwhile, the Rustler offense has sputtered a little bit here in the second half.
It hit a bit of a lull.
Defense had held strong until that last big play and drive that resulted in an OCC touchdown, but a good reception here. Gets real close to the first down marker, but it looks like he'll be about half a yard shy. Needed to get up to the 30-yard line, was just short. That was Matt James on the reception.
And Matt puts his head down at the end of this run and tries to get as much as he can. Good hard run.
I know Santana is in.
Just go short.
The kicking unit is in, but John, you and I know this is the prime example.
Yes.
Prime situation for Mitchell to pull a trick play, but he doesn't. Santana gets another good kick to it. It's a goal. It's an OCC player. That ball was live. There's a flag on the play. I don't think that Rustler knew that it hit the OCC player.
Didn't appear to.
Would have been a great break for the Rustlers, but the ball sits on the 30-yard line. We'll see what the officials have to say.
I thought it was just maybe illegal touching, but I'm guessing at that they're going to have a powwow. They got a 4th for Bridge. And the referee signals. And look, illegal use of hands signal, but unless the Golden West player pushed the Orange Coast receiver, which could happen. Something happened. Wasn't very violent. Nick's asking for an explanation. Probably not getting the answer he wants. He's pleading. You're killing me. I can hear him from up here. You're killing me.
Because that moves the ball all the way to the other side of the field here. Ball resting on the 48-yard line. Gives Orange Coast an excellent field position here with just under 8 minutes left in the game.
Reverse.
And a wide open field for Travis McNaughton. Tripped up at the 39-yard line, lands on the 35. Pardon me, that was Brandon Estrada on the carry.
They've been setting that up all night long.
Feeding Hawley, tricking the defense.
Yep, and you got to jump him because he's the guy that's going to run with the ball most of the time. But the reverse is always a do-or-die play. This time they did. Good gain.
Estrada with a big gain there, moves the ball down to the 35-yard line. Brings up another first down for the Pirates.
Now he goes in motion. I just follow 85. He might take you right to the ball.
It's a handoff to Hawley, who punches his way through the line there for a gain of about 4.
Yeah, the boys are getting a little feisty down there now. A little pushing and shoving going on.
Let's send it down field side to Kevin Schreiber.
Just over 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Golden West fell behind by a touchdown that last quarter. They're going to need to get in the end zone at least one more time, but first they're going to have to come up huge on defense and keep the Pirates off the board.
Thank you, Kevin. So the ball on the 32-yard line. Pirates taking their time here, using up all of the play clock. Pitch to Hawley.
Good cut. Hang on.
Still on his feet. Gets near the first down marker. Unbelievable play. I thought he would have been brought down right around the line of scrimmage, but he's able to gain about 6 on the play. That play right there is a testament to number 22, Ray Hawley's skill.
He turns upfield, and he really turns it on.
The pitch.
He breaks right out of one player's hands and drives another one for 2 or 3 yards.
Looked like Lange would have brought him down, but Matt Hawley is a rather elusive guy. So, 3rd down, 2 to go here.
And they run that quarterback sneak again.
Fumble on the play.
I am afraid that Golden West was offside, though, before the play. So the fumble will, unless I'm wrong.
Looked like they were.
Yep. OCC keeps the ball.
Keeps the ball, and that moves the ball 5 yards and gives the Pirates a first down. So a good play, but needed to stay onside in order to make that play happen.
And it always is a mystery why guys right on the ball jump off sides. They're looking right down at it, but it happens on every level of football. You'll see it tomorrow in the NFL.
Manning taking some time. Hands off to Hawley, trying to eat up some clock here. Hawley pushes up to the 16-yard line.
The challenge the Golden West team has now, they need to crowd the line to stop the run, but if the running back breaks that line, he's in the end zone. There's no secondary defense.
Clock running under 5 minutes here. Pirates threatening to put more points on the board.
And this is the biggest lead I can remember in the fourth quarter anybody's had for 4 years at least. And it's just a touchdown.
Handoff again to Hawley, still on his feet, coming down to the near side here. Gets knocked out of bounds at around the 9-yard line. Maybe a little bit short of the first down.
He's still running.
Pardon me, he does get the first down here on this play. Let's take another look. The speed of Hawley to get around the outside, break one tackle. Takes 3 wrestlers to bring him down. Pamasa involved in that tackle alongside Bernard Williams.
Now, Orange Coast is doing 2 things now. They're eating up a lot of clock, and they're driving for what could be the touchdown. That's the final knife in the back.
Running the ball again. It's no surprise here. Hawley carries again. Grabs a couple. But more importantly, eats lots of clock. We have to go back to 2005 when OCC beat Golden West 41-14. That the game was decided by more than a touchdown.
I didn't see that game, so that's my memory has served me well again. I didn't see that game. I came the next year.
2006 when it was 2013. When Nick Mitchell was building the program all over again.
Yes, he started from a very low ebb personnel-wise, and done a very good job recruiting local players, which is something Golden West has had a tough time doing for a while.
Connell on the tackle there.
And meanwhile, that clock just keeps going. The clock is not our friend right now.
Under 3 minutes here in the game. 17 on the play clock. That'll take it about 2.5 once this play is done. Pirates obviously in no hurry.
And that big fullback, that 265-pound fullback, is in there again. Hadn't been there for a while.
However, Manning looks to the air and throws it out of the back of the end zone. So that'll bring up 4th down. And that's not a bad play there.
No, it could have been worse. They could have. They were awful close to the goal line. So they scored 6. Now they're going to try to kick the field goal.
So the Pirates are close enough that they trust their field goal kicker, Lucas Vandeman, to make it a 2-score game, which with 2.5 minutes would be a very tough mountain for the Rustlers to climb.
Well done, right down the middle.
Get close to blocking it. That was Christian Maldonado. However, it's 17-7. Pirates sitting on a 10-point lead. 2:33 left in the contest. So the Rustlers need something big and something quick in order to have some lifeblood here in the bell game.
Well, the game was going along with just kind of a quiet pace, and then OCC struck right down the middle, about 30, 35 yards. And that play set up the touchdown to put them ahead. Now they've got the field goal to go with it. But this has been a very quiet half of football.
Certainly has, as we have said earlier, that it's usually the end of the game where most of the excitement comes from. We've got 2.5 minute span. Certainly aren't ruling anything out.
No, anything can happen. The fireworks go off at Disneyland at 9:30. Hopefully they'll go off here a little bit before that.
Vandeman with that fake kick there. I've seen him kick it earlier just like that tonight. Try and fool the Rustlers. It's a bit of a high kick.
They do not want to kick the ball deep, but
Grissom fields it anyway. He finds a little bit of a hole. He's still on his feet. He's outside. He's up to the 40. He's got some space. And he takes it up to the Pirates' 45-yard line. Big game, Brandon Grissom. He took that one on the bounce. He wanted that one any which way he could.
And they tried to not kick to him, but he takes it anyway.
Called his teammates off. Finds a hole. Gets to the outside. Needed one block there, and he would have been home free, but he gives the Rustlers excellent field position. He'll make this one an exciting finish here. Van der Ripen shotgun. He looks downfield. It's caught. Good grab there by Trent Burns. Good for about 15 yards. That'll move the chains. stops the clock for just a moment as they move those first down markers. But the Rustlers are going to hurry up here.
As 3 times tonight, Golden West receivers have been hit as soon as they catch the ball, and they've hung on to it.
Van Der Eyck steps back. However, he is brought down for a big loss. Bryce Brantley does some damage there. About a 15-yard loss on the play.
That's a great gain the wrong way.
A loss of about 11. That'll bring it back to the 41. So just as the Rustlers were making some headway, a big play by Bryce Brantley.
Looks like the Rustlers have called a timeout. 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in this game.
Still have 2 timeouts to call after this one, so they've used those effectively. What a couple of plays there by the Rustlers, trying to make it exciting and going deep with the hurry-up offense. And Bryce Brantley makes the big play to bring down Michael Van Der Eyck. 2 minutes, 5 seconds on the clock.
Now that's statistics.
Let's send it downfield side to Kevin.
Despite being down by 10 with just over 2 minutes left, Golden West is down, but certainly not out. A nice return from Brandon Grissom gave them good field position. If they can get on the board quick with a field goal or get in the end zone, maybe an onside kick, maybe get the ball back. Who knows? Stranger things have happened.
Michael Van Der Eyck in shotgun. He goes deep to Grissom, but it's overthrown by a few yards. So that one incomplete. We'll bring up 3rd down situation and 21 here.
Well, let's see if we have a 3rd and 21 play. You run a couple of quick outs, 10 yards apiece, and time is a factor as well as the distance.
That last play would have been about a 2nd and 35 play, so I know they've got it in them. 4 wide receivers.
Now those intermediate zones are full of Orange Coast players.
Van Der Eyck still with time. Right in and out of the arms of Keahi Reichs.
Oh my goodness.
Would have certainly spelled doom for the Rustlers. However, they're given one more chance here on 4th down. Let's take another look as Reichs patting himself on the chest. He knows he should have had that one. Van Der Eyck fires it right into his chest. He was looking for Bryce Blake, who was a few yards down the field.
I don't know how you could miss an orange shirt, but he obviously missed him.
So Golden West calls another timeout here. Minute 53 on the clock. On a 4th down and 21 situation. So one of the last gasps here for the Rustlers.
Well, one thing about getting these 3 games out of the way, conference play, things should be a little bit more even. The first 2 teams are 2 of the best teams in California. Saddleback put 70 on somebody last week, and Mount Sac played for the state championship a year ago and is probably a better football team this year. Orange Coast has done a good job tonight so far. The Rustlers will look forward to conference play.
So the Rustlers here on 4th down, going for broke. Van Der Eyck going deep. Matt James catches and touchdown. The Rustlers are going to make it an exciting finish.
Like we said, come back when there's 2 minutes left.
So with a minute 46, the Rustlers bring it within 4, 17-13. As we await the point after attempt by Eric Torres. OCC coaches are livid at their secondary. As Matt James was rather wide open there on the near side.
And the only concern was he going to catch up to the ball? There was nobody else around. Wrestler comes in late to line up for the extra point.
Torres to bring it within 3. It's up and in.
Well, I'm not much of a gambler, but if I were, I would certainly gamble on an onside kick.
Minute 46 left. 17-14. Let's take another look at the Matt James reception for a touchdown.
He runs the out and up, and there's just nobody there.
Coverage was a few yards behind him.
They bid on the guy that ran the inside pattern, and both of them did, and somebody's supposed to stay on the outside. Yeah, Golden West has no timeouts. They used the 3 they had. There's a minute 46 remaining. They're behind by 3. There's no other choice but the onside kick and hope for the best. And I don't know what percentages of recoveries there are on onside kicks. It's not real high. And these guys over here on this side are all what you call the hands team. They all have those receiver numbers. No 60s, 70s on that side or 50s.
So we've got a bell game finish on our hands
and last
here.
week, remember, they kicked it to the other side.
And they do again.
Like that. Like that.
And Golden West recovers.
What's he calling here?
You know, it looked like Golden West touched it before it crossed the 40.
It's got to go 10.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. It looked like they did it. I didn't see the official run in, but there was a referee who called it.
Let's see.
We'll take
Let's
another
see
look at it. But it looks like the Rustlers touch it right there. It looks like it hits a helmet right before the 40-yard line.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Sometimes we see those with our hearts rather than our eyes. Nick is talking to him again. You guys, you're killing me. I can just hear him up here. Well, it's the bell game. We'd expect nothing more or nothing less than an exciting end.
And we have one on our hands. A minute 45. Rustler defense looking to make some quick stops, hopefully get another chance here, maybe a turnover, but.
And tackle the ball.
Hand off to Hawley. It's brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Easy, Tommy. Take it easy. Little tangle up here, 82 and 16.
A little surprised that Cogburn didn't get flagged for that one. That was well off the ball. And
officials didn't see it. Didn't see it. They've been chipping all night long. I'm sure that's not the first time they've bumped into each other.
So clock rolling at a minute 10.
Yeah, there's no hurry now.
Second down here for the Pirates. Pitch to Hawley.
That's the
Finds
problem.
a hole. And it looks like he is in.
That's the problem.
Hawley for his second touchdown of the night to put the game away.
Well, you got to take a chance.
Rustler defense trying to force a turnover, put him up a big stop, and instead they leave a hole on the near side here. And Hawley exploits.
And once he breaks the line, it's over. Right there, it's over.
Good blocking there from the Pirates, number 85, Cordell Simmons.
Well, you've got to take chances, and the Rustlers did. And it didn't work.
Puts up the extra point, so 24-14. It remains a 10-point ball game. So only a minute of possession there for the Pirates, and they put more points on the board. However, they've made the mistake of giving the ball back to the Rustlers now.
Yeah, but I don't think we've got a 10-point play. But it's not over till it's over.
That's true.
And there's still 55 seconds remaining. You got it. There's a risk and there's a reward. You know, you put everybody on the line and you risk a quick back breaking through that line.
And Hawley is definitely the quick back that can do that.
Well, he hasn't gained his 200 yards, but he's been impressive. This is a little better defense than he's played against so far this year. But he's a durable back, and he's quick enough. And he's not fumbled the ball. The ball has not been put on the ground. Been a pretty well played football game.
Big kick puts it out of bounds. Grissom again sized at the opportunity to not get.
He looks he looks at that ball with disdain.
He wants nothing more than to put up a big return. You can see his shoulders sigh when that ball went out of bounds, and it'll force the Pirates to kick again. And I'm sure that coach is telling Vandeman, keep it out of number 23's hands.
Well, the Golden West trio are figuring out something to do. Kick it to me, I'll lateral it to you. You go over there and I'll throw it to you. We've seen strange plays on kickoffs before, but this being the Bell game, we still may not have seen the craziest thing that could happen all night.
That's true. 55 seconds still on the clock.
I just want to remind everybody that September the 24th, Guinness Brewing Company will celebrate its 250th anniversary. So on the 24th of September, everybody should drink a dark Guinness. Just because, 250 years.
Well, I'll know where to find you, John.
Yes, I've got it on ice right now. Actually, I read in the paper today that he originally signed a 9,000-year lease to brew beer. See, here we go.
Pitch it to Grissom. He's got to get a touch on it. He finds the hole. He gets over to the near side, but he's
my goodness.
tripped up at the 33-yard line.
Good defensive play by number 35.
Almost broke through there. Brian Pauly put the stop on Brandon Grissom. As you said, John, that trio back there.
It's never over till it's over. Those young men were plotting.
Figuring out a way.
Picks it up. Laterals it back about 10 yards. And here we go.
Grissom, if he would have broken that tackle.
It's over. He gets his 6. But if Ida, it's a big club. If Ida only.
Vanderripe in shotgun goes deep to Matt James again through his hands.
He throws a pretty ball. That ball was well thrown and close.
Just through the hands of Matt James, who could have picked up his second late touchdown of the game to bring it within a field goal yet again. However, it was inches out of his grasp, and the Rustlers will try again on the second down.
Well, and in the Bell game, that's what we expect.
Expect him to go deep yet again. But it's right up to
Bryce
my
goodness.
Blake. In his numbers, thought he brought it down, but it pops free.
It looked like he almost handed it off to the Orange Coast player.
Would have been about a 20-yard reception. It's taking a look as Bryce Blake can't figure out how he didn't bring that one down. Fired by Michael Vanderripe. In and out of the arms of Bryce Blake.
What do they say? Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades and slow dancing. That was close.
Third down from their own 40.
Now they're bringing a linebacker.
Vanderripe escapes coverage. Complete to Trent Burns. He brings it down on the 25-yard line.
But we have no timeout, so they got to hurry.
Got to hurry. Stop the clock so that the chains can get set up.
Yeah,
Rustlers look like they've got set up. That's good work right there by the offensive line.
They'll spike it. There you go.
So spikes it.
You still only have 25 seconds, though. Sometimes they forget that.
27 seconds, ball on the 25-yard line.
As soon as the referee winds the clock, the play clock should begin, and it did. Well, they were very slow at that. That's all right. Play clock is at 20. Game clock is at 27.
But more importantly, the game clock is stopped for the moment. Nick Mitchell was furious at the far official there. Vanderripe complete to Bryce Blake on the 23. The ball is loose.
That's a good catch.
But it's good. So, Pirates were arguing that that ball was incomplete. However,
Welcome to the bell game.
the officials ruled that it was good, and it looks like Van Ryp is going to spike it again. And he does. Spikes it with 19 seconds left. Ball on the 3-yard line. Let's take a look at Bryce Blake's catch right here on the 3-yard line.
And just keep in mind that the ground cannot cause the fumble. When he goes down, that's it.
He had possession. It was a good catch.
Yep.
Like you said, it was the ground that caused the fumble. So good call there by the officials.
And I'm sure if you're wearing orange, that looks incomplete. But according to the rule and according to the ref, that was a good catch. Now they're having a discussion. I always hate it when the officials start discussing stuff. I don't think they're talking about where they're going to dinner after the game. What are they calling?
They want to add another second on the clock is what it looks like.
We'll take that. In the bell game, that's it. There, 2 seconds. All right. That's all we needed, 2 seconds.
He wants it to say 20. And he's got it.
Okay, everybody's happy but Orange Coast.
So that second meant something to the far umpire there.
I'll be the last one to say it wouldn't be an important second. Not in this game.
I hate to call him out, but this is an Orange Coast home game, which means that it's an Orange Coast timekeeper here.
You throw the fade. Oh, tight end.
And it's incomplete. I thought for sure he'd brought it down.
That took 2 seconds.
Trent Burns saying oh so close, putting up a touchdown.
Little delay slant. And he couldn't hang on. It would have been a great catch, but it would have been a great catch.
So on 3rd down here, 18 seconds left.
Everybody throws the fade pattern on this situation. You just run for the corner post like that.
And he's in.
That's
Grissom.
That's a standard play.
Puts up another touchdown. The Rustlers just won't give up in this bell game tonight. They're certainly going to make it exciting here.
This is a play. He just runs for the post, or runs for the little corner flag. The ball's thrown over the defenders at 6.
What a snag by Brandon Grissom.
Well done. Well done.
Important extra point, and it's good. So,
where was all this offense in the 3rd quarter? Well, it wasn't time yet.
Flurry of scoring here in the last 3 minutes. It's now 24-21. And can we expect another onside kick? I'd say yes.
Well, we've seen him do it twice, and they've done that same kick to the left. They can't, well, I shouldn't say can't. I would expect them to kick it somewhere else this time.
Oh, the mind games that Nick Mitchell can play with his trick plays. Where will this ball go? They've shown that one to the left, to the weak side. As you can see, the Pirates are much more spread out this time.
A little more evenly balanced.
They are ready for anything lined up there on the 40-yard line. And that's a confusing lineup there for the Rustlers. So they're playing their cards close to their chest here. Which way are they going?
Well, the hands team is ready. And every guy out there in orange is saying, please don't kick it to me.
Now they spread out here. The all-important onside kick.
Well, this is it.
Goes back to the left side. It's touched by a Pirate. It's still loose. Who picked it up?
Well,
it was touched by a Pirate and went loose. And it looked like the Rustlers, and the Rustlers recover. The Rustlers recover with 9 seconds left.
Get the coaches off the field. Come on, no penalties.
It bounced right off a Orange Coast College player.
Well, the officials are getting a lot of assistance.
Unbelievable finish here. Some folks are starting to leave Labard Stadium. I think they're nuts.
Here we go.
It went loose, and
The Orange Coast guy's
Sure.
arm just wasn't long enough.
sure, we'll call that wrestler ball. I couldn't tell.
Well-
Everybody here at Lombard is on their feet.
This is what you call a prevent defense. Very often it prevents a victory.
9 seconds to play for the bell. Van der Eyck with some time. Out of the hands of Matt James.
There's a flag down. Roughing the passer. Oh, come on.
So it's out of the hands of Matt James, but more importantly, it's roughing the passer.
Yeah, that's an important 15 because now he's got enough arm to throw the ball to the end zone.
So 5 seconds left on the clock. Could be the last play of the game. They'll play for the bell here. A stop, and it stays at OCC. A touchdown, and it goes back to Golden West. Van der Eyck in shotgun. He goes short to Matt James, and it's dropped, but there's 1
Roughing
second
again.
left.
Roughing again with 1 second. Well, now you've got to go to the end zone.
So 2 silly penalties there by the Pirates late in the game. Let's take another look if we could possibly stay with Michael Van der Eyck.
Stay with the quarterback.
You can see that just as we pan away, there's a hit on Van der Eyck.
Well, this ball's got to go to the end zone.
That moves the ball down to the 36-yard line. 1 second left on the clock.
Oh, he's going to kick it. All right.
But
An
we're
attempted
going
field
for the
goal.
field goal to send it into overtime.
Well,
Eric
it'll-
Torres with one of his
53 yards. Come on, Eric.
And
Nope,
it's low.
Nope.
56-yard field goal attempt by Golden West.
So that does it. The Pirates hang on to the bell, 24-21.
College Pirates. 24. The Wrestlers of Golden
What can we say?
Another good finish. And John, as we said, this one comes up within 7 points.
Next Saturday, we're
You can
An
call it anything you want. The Bell game is really a different game.
So another exciting finish here in the rivalry between Orange Coast College and Golden West. But for the 3rd year in a row, the Pirates take home the bell. An exciting finish. I hear the bell ringing down there in the end zone.
And I think the series now is just about tied.
All right, let's send it downfield side to Kevin Schreiber.
Wow, what an exciting football game. I feel for those who left the stands early. Besides falling short just by 3 points, Golden West put up a hell of a fight. Unfortunately, they fall to 0-3 on the season as Orange Coast moves to 3-0. They also have their 3rd straight Bell game victory and will keep the bell here at OCC. Hopefully, Golden West can get back on the board with their first win next week at LA Harbor. John, Rob?
Kevin, I don't blame you for criticizing the people that left. I saw them leaving early, and you never want to give up early on the Rustlers, and you never want to give up early in the Bell game. So 24-21, Orange Coast takes it. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for a post-game right after this.
Are we going down?
Spread the word.
I want to be a nurse. I want to be an architect. I want to be a police officer.
With the workforce changing every day, going to college is more important than ever before. Financial aid is available. Visit gwc.info. Follow your dreams. We'll help you get there.
All right, Brandon, you know in the booth we call you Big Game Brandon Grissom because I know you look forward to games like this. Tell me a little bit about that last touchdown pass.
Well, the last touchdown pass, they called it 22, but he tried to jam me to the inside, so I did a little shake move and went to the outside and Mike put it in the right spot.
Put it right in the sweet spot. You were able to do that diving grab, bring it close.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about. I love watching you on the kick returns. You demand that ball, and you look so frustrated when you don't get it.
Right. I just need to get the ball in my hands, make some plays for my team, try to get some points on the board. As you can see, the defense was holding it down tonight. Offense just couldn't come through with the points when we needed them, but we'll come out and play better next week.
All right, you guys got your conference game starting next week. What do we look forward to from LA Harbor?
LA Harbor, they've been putting up some big points these past couple of weeks, so we just got to come out, you know what I'm saying, play good pass defense, defend the pass good, defend the run good. Hopefully the offense come out playing better in the the first half, and we can just put it all together, just put a complete game together and come out with a win next week.
All right. I know it's a tough loss, but what can you take out of a game like this?
Well, we played hard tonight. Some things we didn't execute too well on. We just got to come out, go to practice, work on our execution better, get it down, make it perfect, so when we get to the game, it's just easy. It's just clockwork.
All right, Brandon, we'll be looking forward to your next home games here. Meanwhile, good luck against LA Harbor.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, so after a very disappointing fourth quarter, the Rustlers came oh so close to bringing it home, but go back down 24-21. Let's hand it over to John now, who's with Nick Mitchell.
Thank you. Well, Coach, we got to stop meeting like this. Harbor next week. You think the boys are going to be ready?
We're going to have them ready. I take responsibility for this loss tonight. I thought, the feeling was that our kids were prepared, but we didn't execute well enough to win this game. You know, we made a few plays down at the end to keep it close. You know, it was close throughout. You know, I think the defense did a good job at times, but we missed too many assignments on defense. Obviously, offense, we've got to be able to get consistent and find consistency. And we're not there yet. And with the young offensive line, you know, we're going to have a little bit of ups and downs. You know, we had some problems with the punting game again, off a bad snap and then a couple of shank punts. You know, those are things that we're still trying to wrinkle out, but I did expect that we would come out here and play better this evening. But, you know, we didn't play nearly as well as we have the first three games, I would say. But yet, you know, we're still have a chance to win it or tie it on the final play of the game. And, you know, so we're in it, but we have to find consistency.
I kept saying all night, stick around for the last 2 minutes. The Bell game is always exciting at the end. They got up by 10, and then all of a sudden we're back in it, a field goal away. The onside kick, you did the same kick a second time, and I thought the first one you got the ball, but apparently somebody touched it before it had gone 10.
Yeah.
Those seconds made a lot of difference.
Yeah. You know, it went down to the wire, and you know, and it's exciting for the fans, and it was exciting for us. You know, for what otherwise was not a very exciting game. You know, it made up for it at the end.
Well, conference starts next week. A different set of players. I'm sure the Rustlers will be ready, and good luck.
Thanks, John.
All right, so an exciting finish yet again for the Bell game. 24-21, could have gone either way, but at the end they go for the field goal to try and tie it, and came up a little short.
Yeah, and we were thinking, you know, throw the Hail Mary, but Coach Mitchell knows his players a heck of a lot better than we do. Exciting game. I hate to see them lose a game that they feel like they could have won had they played a little better. Harbor next week. You may remember Harbor from last year. We played them on this field. They were huge, and they were fast, and they were not well organized, and the Rustlers handled them pretty well. Physically, it was a tough game. Hopefully the conference, we're ready to go into a conference where we should be able to compete every week.
Let's hope that strategy of playing with three tough teams in preseason pays off heading into conference. It's going to be a tough one. But they head up to LA Harbor next week. After a close call tonight, the Rustlers come up 3 points short, 24-21. For John McNichols and the entire crew here for Golden West College Television Productions, I'm Rob Fracker. Thanks for watching and have a good night.